There was yet another massive attack on our country, so we cannot relax or forget that Ukraine still needs defense support, security support of our resilience every day.
Elizabeth Palmer has the latest on the peace negotiations.
The next step may well be a visit by President Zelensky to the White House. Could be quite soon, before the end of the month, to iron out details with President Trump on a final version. And then the agreement will have to be put to the Russians. And then anything could happen, including a flat-out rejection.
Reporter Katie Weiss has the latest on the holiday travel and some advice on when to start your getaway.
If you plan to drive and beat the traffic, you want to leave during some off times. Traffic is busiest during the middle of the day through after the 5 o'clock rush. So if you can help it, try to leave earlier in the morning or later in the evening to go see your loved ones this holiday week.
The makers of By Heart infant formula say tests of products tied to a botulism outbreak showed that all of the company's products may have been contaminated. More than 30 babies in 15 states have gotten sick. The outbreak began in August, but some health officials say infants may have gotten sick after consuming By Heart formula as far back as 2024. A Virginia high school football coach who's been missing for days is the subject of a manhunt. Robin Lawson is with the Virginia State Police.
The Virginia State Police has obtained 10 warrants for missing high school football coach Travis L. Turner, 46, of Appalachia. Turner is wanted on 5 counts of child pornography and 5 counts of using a computer to solicit a minor.
He was a coach at a school in southwestern Virginia. Vicky Barker reports the British government is going after the country's sweet tooth.
The British government has just extended the sugar tax imposed on sodas to include milk-based drinks as well. Prepackaged milkshakes and coffees and sweetened yogurt drinks covered under the new rule, part of an ongoing attempt to fight the growing problem of obesity and tooth decay in children.
U.S. consumers were much less confident in the economy this month in the aftermath of the government shutdown, and with inflation still stubborn. The Conference Board said today its Consumer Confidence Index dropped to its second lowest reading since April, when President Trump announced the tariffs. On Wall Street, stocks were higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Coming up, some relief for airlines at SeaTac airports. That's coming up after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
All right, Aaron, looks like that holiday travel is already impacting our roads. We've got big backups quickly forming across the region. Everett to Marysville, you're pushing 20 minutes. It's solid from the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Seattle to Everett, Bellevue to Everett are both 50 minutes. North 5 is thick from the Michigan Curve in the downtown. South 5 heading into Seattle is packed from Northgate all the way to mid-Boeing Field, where we have a collision taking up 2 left lanes. It's 40 minutes from Linwood into Seattle. Bellevue to South Center, 35 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, an hour, 5 minutes. Now, part of this is that backup down to mid-Boeing Field, and then it's bumper to bumper again from 405 to 516. Down in Spanaway, southbound 7, just past the Roy Y, a collision blocks 2 right lanes. And over Stevens Pass, a collision's blocking the westbound lane on Highway 2 at milepost 72. That's about 7 miles east of the summit. Hippie Mike from Stevens Pass texted us to let us know he just drove through it. So State Patrol is now alternating traffic at the scene, reopening that eastbound lane after a 2-hour full closure. If you're opting for Highway 2, prepare for winter conditions. KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Alaska and Delta Airlines say they are now resuming normal operations at SeaTac Airport as the Olympic pipeline restarts. BP says it's identified the source of that leak near Everett and crews are working on a fix. A second pipeline is not affected. Jet fuel is once again flowing to the airport. That's where we find KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey.
900,000 travelers are expected through SeaTac here this holiday week. Lasana is on her way to Cleveland to be with her family.
Just the excitement of getting to your destination and being able to meet with family and celebrate.
If you're hitting the road, you won't be alone. AAA expects 73 million Americans to drive this Thanksgiving, more than last year. The best time to hit the road is before 11 a.m. tomorrow to avoid the worst backups. At SeaTac, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
If you are making that road trip, KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon tells us how much you'll be paying for gas.
Right now, the average for a gallon of regular in Washington is $4.18. Snohomish County, slightly higher than that. A big jump for King County, $4.55 right there. And Pierce County, it's $4.24. If you're leaving Washington, filling up in Oregon will cost you $3.81 a gallon. Idaho, it's even cheaper, a bargain there, $3.27. And nationwide, the average is $3.05.
WashDOT is blaming a contractor for the 18-month delay on the 405 widening project between Bellevue and Renton. Program Administrator Lisa Hutchson.
We're seeing that, we've missed some key milestones, and the progression of that construction is just not going as quickly as we thought it would.
It was supposed to be done this year. Now it won't finish until summer 2027. WashDOT is suing the contractor. We have reached out to that company, but have not yet heard back. Well, it's official now. A new executive is in charge of King County.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
of King County Executive.
Gurmai Zahalai was just sworn in, vowing to tackle the issues he ran on: affordability, homelessness, transportation.
I know we will face the next set of challenges the same way we faced the last set. Side by side.
Zahalai takes over for interim executive Shannon Braddock. She replaced Dow Constantine earlier this year. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Increasing rain this afternoon. And tonight, we'll also have plenty of mountain snow, up to 8 inches forecast for Snoqualmie and Stevens Passes. Right now, 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
New species of crayfish has been found in eastern Washington. It's called the crayfish. A grad student spotted its reddish-brown colored shell near a lake while hiking. News Tribune reports it's a crustacean. Scientists say it is native to the Palusi region.
Wow. There's your report.
Ooh, boy. I might have some news later today on other crustaceans.
Ooh.
Invasive. Green crabs. They're back.
Oh. What kind of crabs?
European green crabs.
Oh, okay. I thought it was okay.
Ew.
That was a big thing when we were in high school. I got crabs. Nobody gets crabs anymore.
Not that type. Not that type of crab.
People still getting crabs?
I assume so.
I never. That wasn't a thing in my high school.
Thing?
No, we had like the clap.
Ian, let us know when we're on.
Yeah.
Are we on now?
Go right on ahead.
Okay. By the way, lines are wide open if you happen to have crabs. You're going to have crab for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Look at you started, Aaron.
Well, that wasn't me.
I got to get. Let's get into the news here. Here we go with the John Curley Show. There we go. Joe obviously had a rougher high school.
I don't know.
The clap, not the crabs.
Crab sounds worse, in my opinion.
Text us if you know anything about that. 1-888-973-54. Come on. Come on, it's the holidays.
Jeez,
look what you've done to us, Aaron. All right.
Pretty good?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay.
All right. I believe we can win. I believe. Is this 3 pages again?
Yes, sir.
Good Lord. Huh? Down in the old mine shaft of news you come up with. Here we go. I was thinking I've got a prayer that everybody should be doing for Thanksgiving. What was that? 2 days. By the way, the Gen Z folks are not going to like the prayer, but just keep plowing right on through.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sorry. You're ready to cry. Cry, baby. Plus, this day in history, Spike said that it was a human error that caused this problem. This was the day when the Great Bridge sunk. It's not even on here, Joe.
Sure it is.
Storm of the century? No.
See, you're not using its government name. The Lacey V. Murrow Memorial.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for, okay. 1990. Okay. Plus, also, update on the... look, I know the person is not really Molly. I know they're not a independently wealthy woman from China who's 38 years old, who right now sent me pictures of herself playing golf. But I got to tell you, I know it's going to come to an end soon, but for the last 6 days, I've allowed this scammer to think they're scamming me, but I've turned the tables on them.
Oh.
And I scammed them.
Aha.
And she asked for a picture of me. I sent her one of, I'm not going to tell you who it was. He's going to be very upset with me if it turns out to be a problem. You know who it is, by the way. Celebrity, if you will. Plus, we'll play some of the... Have you turned it into an AI for me?
Yes.
Okay. Just real quick, here's what happened. This person sent me this, oh, hi, I hope you're enjoying your new environment and you want to play golf again soon. And I wrote back, I'm sorry, I don't know who this is. Oh, this isn't Ella? No. This is, I gave her my name, Michael. I knew it was a scam. And now we've been going for 6 days now. I've got this. Why don't you come down to L.A. and I'll buy you dinner? I said, well, I'll pay for my dinner. I'm not going to have you buy my affection for the price of a steak.
You're proud of that
It's
one.
obviously AI, right?
Of course. Come on, man.
We were supposed to talk on the phone today, but she's busy playing at a Donald Trump golf course right now.
Oh. Does it exist?
No, I can't tell. I can't tell. Anyway, the scammer trying to scam me. Plus, Donald Trump's official pardons the turkeys. Of course, he makes a few jokes along the way. Now, Ben Franklin never really said the things that he said about turkeys. And apparently, Alex Jones is just one step closer to having a heart attack as he decided not to support Donald Trump. And then all the other nonsense going on in the White House. Oh, would you be shocked by this? I don't think this was even news. But Meta did research finding out that, oh my God, social media is really addictive and very damaging to children. They did the research and then they're like, quick, hide the research. So they want to make it public. Very similar to what happened when the guys realized, oh, you mean smoking cigarettes gives you cancer? Same exact stuff. So everybody knows it's addictive. Meta knew it is and still is, but they hid it. So now they're going to do some testifying coming up in just a little bit. They're going to bring them in there and roll them around in the barrel. Plus, if the Republicans have their way, the cars are going to be less expensive, but are you ready? They may be less safe. Because that little buzzer that goes on in the back to let you know that your kid's in the car or there's somebody's in the back seat, which is totally worthless, but you have to pay for. And then the automatic braking system, the cameras that are on there that tell you, oh, you're close to hitting that thing at 5 miles an hour because I guess you're driving around with a blindfold on. They're going to get rid of a lot of that stuff that was placed in there by the Biden administration or whoever was in charge. So they said, listen, get rid of that stuff. People don't like it. They don't like that you have to, the car turns off while they're at a light and then starts back up again. So they're going to try to scrape all that stuff away and then not make it mandatory, which will bring down the cost of a car. That's what they're hoping for anyway. Let's see. What's wrong?
How much is that really going to save?
Well, the average car is like $50,000.
Right.
So they're going to, if you want all that stuff, go ahead, but don't make it standard on the car. That's the difference. I don't know if it saves $10,000. That's $10,000.
$10,000 for the child sensor?
Maybe it's a fat kid. I don't know. Plus, also the cost, why everything is so expensive in the United States. Ooh. And the Seattle business, I heard Gene Urso talk about this. Apparently, if you're white and you're heterosexual, you're going to pay 10% more. Because don't forget, you have white privilege. But you're going to be paying for it right there. Plus, also, guy that I like, Walter Kern, believes that Donald Trump will announce the existence of aliens. I like Walter Kern. I like Matt Taibbi and Walter's podcast together. But, I mean, is he losing his mind? Because he predicted this thing like 3 weeks ago, that this big thing is going to happen, that Donald Trump's going to finally come out and say, yes, an alien landed. We have some sort of
Craft,
tissue.
bodies.
We got the bodies. We got the whole thing. The Trump's going to come out with that.
He's dead serious.
It's going to get down. All right. I was thinking a prayer at Thanksgiving. This would be nice. You say, we all bow our heads in prayer, and everybody be quiet for a moment, and you say, Dear God, although we realize the price of this meal has increased 92%, in 1986 it cost $28.74, and dear God, we know that it costs now $55.18. But dear God, thank you very much for allowing the blue-collar hourly wage to increase 251%. Thank you, dear God, for allowing the people that were making $8.92 in 1986 to now make $31.33, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. And let us not forget, God, the entry-level worker who in 1986 was making $4.72, now making $18.75. That's an increase, as you know, dear God, of 297%. So as we think about this Thanksgiving meal, let's think about the time that you've given us, oh great one, that it used to take 3.5 hours to be able to buy this meal, now only takes us 1.5 hours. And for those of you Gen Z folks that are sitting around the table crying about the fact that you can't afford anything because we, the older people, the boomers, had it so much better. Do you know, Gen Z folks, you still have to act like you're praying so you don't get into an argument with anyone. Everyone still has their head down. Did you know that in 1950, dear God, 55% of people owned homes, and now 65% of people own homes? And did you also know that they were much smaller? You know that, dear God. Back in 1963, the average size of a home was 1,360 feet. And then thanks to you and your beautiful bounty of fruitfulness, you throw in some sort of stuff like that to make it sound like you're still praying. The average house is now 228 square feet. It has AC, a dishwasher, and a washer. And we pay less now for everything: food, clothing, and shelter. Thank you for that and your divine providence. And for those of you sitting around the table thinking you have it a lot worse than baby boomers, well, we didn't go out to dinner. We didn't have lunch sent in. We didn't go flying in an airplane on vacation. We didn't have half the crap that you we didn't have half the stuff that you had. In 1975, as you know, 8.4% of people were out of work. Now 4.3% are out of work as well. Half of the people in the labor force didn't graduate from high school. And now 36% are going on to college. You know who you are. I'm not going to look at you because we're all still looking down, praying at the exact same time. Cars didn't last as long. They broke down a lot more often. And the nice thing is now you can get a car. It costs a little bit more, but it lasts a lot longer. So, dear God, please strike down the politicians and the media that are constantly telling everyone that things are a lot worse off now than they've ever been, and Gen Z will never be able to afford a house or be able to go to college or anything else, because those people are the purveyors of nonsense to get you to click on something, to get you to be upset by something, and then encouraging politicians to tell everyone that they're going to be able to fix the problem. The good old days actually were not that great for everybody else back in the 1960s. One, we didn't live as long. We weren't as fat as we are now. And we actually don't have to work as hard for the stuff that we have. Because I remember when Mark Rosati, oh dear Lord, when his mom and dad got a radar range, which is now known as a microwave, cost almost $3,000. And Mr. Rosati had to work a long time to buy it. And now you can pick one up at Walmart for about $36. Thank you, dear God. Please pass the gravy and the cranberry sauce, because we got a lot better off now than folks did back in the 60s. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah. See, I've seen these memes on there about like, oh, the good old days and how America was and how great it was, and now no one will be able to afford that stuff. Well, yes, houses are more expensive. I'll give you that. But they're also bigger, and they have more stuff in them. And if you can't afford a house here, then move to Kansas. I talked to a guy the other day who used to live here in West Seattle, and he moved to Kansas. And I said, why? He goes, for quality of life. And then he told me about all the stuff that he has and how great it is because he's living there instead of in Washington. And he's got a really nice house. He's got extra money, and it's just a better life. So it's one of these things, if you can't afford it, then don't stay here. Don't expect something else to come along and try to save it for you. And don't sit there and cry about all that sort of stuff. So you actually spend less time working to pay for the turkey than you did back in 1986. Do you feel better about that? Huh? Anybody?
Where would you buy a turkey?
Yeah. Okay. That's a direct dig on. Nick doesn't care that I tell a story. I said, I'll make the turkey. Well, let's just hire. We'll go to the local whatever, and they could cook it all for you. Suncadia, they make it all for you. I said, no, we're not doing that. Then you come in with the big box, and it doesn't. The smell of turkey cooking and all that other stuff. We want to be around the hearth, producing the great Thanksgiving bounty, right? She goes, well, I don't know about this. I mean, where are you going to get a turkey? I was so shocked by the question, but luckily I was able to keep my wits about me to go, oh, you go to the turkey store. Oh, where are they? I said, well, like when those Halloween display companies come in town,
Spirit Halloween,
they take it over in a big old warehouse.
Yep.
Same thing. You go to the turkey store, and they got a bunch of turkeys. What? Where? I haven't seen one of the turkey stores. I'm like, they're at the supermarket. And why do you know they're in the supermarket? You don't know they're at the supermarket in the frozen food section in the back? There's a big pile of them. The turkey store. Oh, my God.
Oh, I guess
she never planned. She never said she was a whiz in the kitchen at all. But I have no idea where turkeys come from. Dear God.
Oh, that's your
the turkey store. And she looked at me like, oh, okay. Where's the turkey store?
They got one in Clay Ellen.
Oh my God. I told her, I got the turkey. Oh, did you? How big? Like 40 pounds? 40 pounds? How many people are coming to dinner? The average person eats 1.5 pounds of turkey. So we only have 5 people coming. But I got a, 12-pound turkey for leftovers and stuff. Yeah, because boy, when I went into the turkey store, they were all hanging up there.
Sheesh.
I know. Picked up a clown costume, too. Left over from the Halloween. What was it called again?
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween, yeah. All right, here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, South 5 and Mid-Boeing Field, we've got this collision blocking 2 left lanes, and that's got you backed up bumper to bumper into Northgate, Linwood to Seattle, 40 minutes. Continuing south, Seattle to Federal Way is up to 1 hour, 10 minutes. Now, part of this is that backup in Mid-Boeing Field, and then we're thick again from 405 down to 516. Both of our lake bridges are clear. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. You're solid at 520 to the Renton Landing. After Cold Creek Parkway, this starts to thin out a tad. North 405 slows from South Center to the Renton Landing. South Center to Bellevue, 20 minutes. Renton to Puyallup, southbound 167. We're pushing 1 hour. Tacoma to Olympia just hit 1 hour. You've got 3 backups to get through. South Tacoma, JBLM, in between Lacey and Olympia. And we still have this crash down in Spanaway, southbound 7, just past the Roy Y. It's blocking 2 right lanes. This is right next to Walmart. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving.
I'm thankful that I get to do this show with you every day, Manda, and I'm also thankful that we have such great listeners to KIRO News Radio.
Me too. I am thankful for a number of things. One, our time together this year. It's been a thrill to come over here. I am thankful for the entire team on Seattle's Morning News. It's just a great place to be, and it's been a wonderful year.
Happy Thanksgiving from all of us
at Seattle's Morning News.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
145 over 92.
180 over 111. 182 over 100. And I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest. And then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
A lot of people don't understand, including myself. I didn't, now I do, the impact of having a stroke.
My memory is shot.
When I woke up, I couldn't speak.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
It's a new life, but I'm going to make it better. I'm coming back. Ask your doctor, check your blood pressure.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Ross here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple, guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful, permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
Health insurance is broken, but it doesn't have to be. That's why Scan Health Plan was founded as a nonprofit, so we can create Medicare Advantage plans that focus on the real needs of seniors. We've been people first since 1977, and we're here to make Medicare work hard for you, because you deserve more than a broken system. You deserve a plan that fights for you. Visit scandifference.org to learn more. Scan Health Plan is an HMO plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Scan Health Plan depends on contract renewal.
Hey there, Dawn Riding with Olympic Hot Tub. Black Friday frenzy is here. Unwrap huge holiday savings on saltwater hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas, plus amazing prices on floor models. Selected hot tubs include the Freshwater IQ salt system. Your tub now tests your water for you and adds water care products with a simple push of a button. Amazing. Savings end November 30th. OlympichotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Time is running out to save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. Now through the end of the month, save big on home comfort systems, generators, water heaters, and more. Plus, take advantage of 12-month interest-free financing and get your home winter ready before the chilly season starts. Trust the team voted best in the Pacific Northwest to be your dedicated home comfort company. Call Bob's today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
This weekend only, the magic of the season comes alive at Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees. The University of Puget Sound Tennis Pavilion transforms into a sparkling winter wonderland. Snap a photo with Santa, shop for unique holiday gifts, and marvel at more than 25 beautifully decorated trees. Bring a teddy bear, Play-Doh, or a Matchbox card to brighten a child's hospital stay. Don't miss the holiday tradition that gives back. This weekend only. Visit festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. National Weather Service says it's a complicated weather system rolling through the mountains today. Meteorologist Matthew Cullen says snow levels start around 2,000 feet before a warm front arrives later tonight.
Kind of the complex nature of the cold air trapped with the warmer air aloft, falling as rain and then freezing. That's the mechanism by which freezing rain can occur.
Icy freeways could form quickly as that freezing rain falls, and the winter weather advisory continues through 4 a.m. tomorrow. State leaders are now suing the Trump administration over funding cuts for permanent housing programs.
I'm Heather Bosch.
Lives are literally at risk by this decision.
Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown talking about changes in rules to receive federal funding for homeless programs. The feds are providing less money for permanent housing. Shelter residents will need to meet new work, treatment, and other requirements. Shelters must recognize only 2 genders. Washington is among 20 states suing to stop the changes. The Trump administration says it wants to restore accountability and self-sufficiency.
Another federal lawsuit accuses oil giants of hiding what they knew about climate change, and that as a result, homeowners' insurance premiums went up here in Washington and across the country. More from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi.
KIRO 7 TV reports the proposed class action claims oil companies engaged in a long-running campaign to obscure what they knew internally about the consequences of burning fossil fuels, and that, the plaintiffs argue, delayed the transition to clean energy and contributed to extreme weather that forced insurers to raise rates. The plaintiffs aren't asking for restrictions on fossil fuels, just compensation for those higher premiums. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
An invasive species has reached Skagit Bay for the first time. Researchers confirming European green crabs in the area, raising alarms about their spread in Puget Sound. The species is considered one of the most invasive marine creatures, threatening shellfish and destroying habitats, and officials say detections are rising statewide. Takes us to 3:33. Nate Connors is at the real-time traffic desk.
It's a busy one out there, Aaron. Let's start you with an update on our collision, South 5 and Mid-Boeing Field. It's been moved to your left shoulder, but it's right next to that HOV lane. This opens up a couple lanes and will bring relief to that backup starting in Northgate. Linwood to Seattle has gone up a bit to 45 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way, an hour, 10 minutes. Now, part of this is that backup in Mid-Boeing Field, and then it's real thick again from 405 down to 516. Seattle to Everett, Bellevue to Everett are both pushing 1 hour commutes. Bellevue to Renton's at 35 minutes. It's solid from 520 all the way down to the Renton Landing. We've cleared out in South Center, though. Renton to Puyallup southbound on 167 is 1 hour. Pretty solid backup from Renton all the way into Puyallup. And then in the south end, south of State Route 18, we're really heavy in both directions. Tacoma to Olympia, 1 hour. You've got 3 backups. South Tacoma, JBLM, and heading into Olympia. And in Spanaway, we've still got this collision, southbound 7, just past the Roy Y, blocking 2 right lanes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Mountain pass snow continuing through tonight, tapering overnight with possible changeover again to that light freezing rain in the mountains. Right now, 45 degrees and rainy in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Home Comfort Alliance. Heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical needs. It's Home Comfort Alliance. Oh, by the way, I got to call them. I got to get AC.
Oh.
For the drunk bachelors on the second floor of the barn.
You don't
They
say
have a
any,
discount for that, huh?
you don't say any prayers about them whining. You actually get them comfort.
Joe, we're moving on. Okay. We don't go back when we're done.
Okay.
We don't look back. We're like the dog you're taking for a walk. He don't look back after he's done doing his business. Moving on. This is a comment on what we just did in the first segment. All right, this day in history. There it is. It was the storm of the century. It was 1950s. That's how they used to talk back then. It hit the eastern United States. I went to look it up. I thought, why am I bothered reading about it? I got other stuff to talk about here. 1959, Birdman of Alcatraz asked the court to set him free.
Did they?
Yeah, they opened up the thing and he flew out the door. 1963, JFK is buried at Arlington Cemetery, and the twist of irony is it was also his birthday.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. 1986, Iran-Contra connections revealed how they were able to fund the Contras. They did it before. They did it right after World War II. They kept these guys back to try to fight communism, and then they had to find some way to pay them. So then they go, I know what we'll do. We'll just bring heroin in, and we'll have the mafia help us sell the heroin, and then we'll have the mafia take the money and launder the money, and then we'll get it back in order to support sort of these fighting forces that were there in Italy.
Italy?
Yeah, fighting, yeah.
Now we don't have to bother with that. We just take out the middleman.
Just shoot the boats.
We're looking at you, Venezuela.
Lacey V. Murrow Memorial Bridge, also known as the 520, sinks to the bottom of Lake Washington on this very day back in 1990. Let us take you back, thanks to King 5 covering this. This is King 5 news of the November 25th storm.
When news happens, you'll see it happen on King 5 News.
That's Mike Michaels. Mike Michaels doing the thing. Doing the voice.
Live from Seattle, this is a King 5 News special report on the Thanksgiving flood and the collapse of the old I-90 bridge.
Oh, it's the I-90. I'm sorry, it's the 520. It's the I-90 bridge. The I-90 bridge is going to collapse again when they get those trains on there. But in the meantime...
Good evening, everyone. Our top story tonight, the collapse of that old Interstate 90 bridge. We'll look at...
Kenishita was on the bridge when it started sinking. He tells me he thought he was going down.
Nice edit, Joe.
3 others on the bridge scrambled to safety, too. None of them were hurt. When the bridge went down, it damaged the cables holding the new bridge in place. And that is why it was shut down and stays shut down tonight. And you can imagine it has already created traffic nightmares. Later in the afternoon, the bridge shrugged once more, sending another section to the bottom of the lake.
Okay, I'll read a dramatic reading. This is from mynorthwest.com. Here, play the dramatic music here. The late Paul Brindle was a KIRO Newsradio traffic helicopter pilot back when we can afford those types of things. He'd been flying around that Sunday morning, getting a look at the flooding in the Snoqualmie Valley from the heavy rains that week. Right around 9 a.m., KIRO got an anonymous phone tip, a call that something big was going on the old bridge. Carrie Gordy, also known as Carrie Owens, was working as a news editor that morning, and she took the call from the tipster. She said she called Brindle and said, Paul, hey, stop whatever you're doing and head over to the bridge. I think he thought I was crazy or something because I was just a kid. I didn't know anything. I was just a kid, see? No, you got to do it. Head in that direction. Go now. It's dramatic reading. This was written. Brindle pointed the copter towards the middle of Lake Washington. He arrived over the bridge just in time to deliver a gripping, live play-by-play. Which we don't have. I don't have it. I can't read it. There's nothing there. Approximately a third of the old Mercer Island floating bridge that they had been rehabilitating had broken away from the west end and was drifting out at an angle approximately 20 degrees. Brindle told the KIRO News anchor Linda Thomas and Rick Van Cleese and thousands? There was just thousands? There were only 1,000 people listening? Thousands listening that Sunday morning. And here it goes now, the copter pilot said. there was a huge yellow crane, one of those big construction cranes. And when I made the last pass over for a few moments, Rick was in the fact high and dry, and now it's up to the top of its wheels, so its crane was pitching over at any moment to go underwater. It was also there, waiting for the music. It was also at the bottom of Lake Washington. Brendel said, quote, "And another section of the bridge is now giving way, breaking as I'm watching it. Right now, the concrete is bubbling. Bubbling? Now it lifts up. The entire section is canted at a 40-degree angle, just like a big battleship rolling over and getting ready to pitch straight down. Oh, the humanity!" He didn't actually say, "Oh, the humanity." I threw that in there. Yeah. And then went in, and then Almost Live decided they would have fun with it.
The last pieces of I-90 are being towed to Renton. Why? So we can pass the savings on to you. Hello, I'm Cornell Hooper, owner of the Renton Bridge Emporium. We have the finest in seconds, irregulars, and bridge remnants. These are quality bridges with just a few slight flaws and defects. We've got I-90. We've got the Hood Canal Bridge. And for you serious collectors, we've got Galloping Gertie. Don't buy a little gift-wrapped piece of I-90 from a stranger. Come see your friends in Renton. We'll sell you a whole lane at incredible savings. How can I afford to do this? Volume, volume, volume. Use them as houseboats, barges, or pretend you're the Department of Transportation and sink them. Remember last year when they wouldn't let you watch the hydros from the bridge? Now you own it. Shop around and then come see me at the Bridge Emporium. We may be underwater, but we won't be undersold. See you there.
It's got to be Steve Wilson. It's got to be Steve Wilson.
Those are good.
Good stuff, yeah, back then. Yeah, Renton was always the butt of every joke there at Almost Live. Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day, said, "God, I love that show with the Ballard Driving School." And for a while there, Almost Live was being repeated and when they were running the old shows. But now people are like, "I don't get it. What? Whatever, huh? Ballard Driving School?" Because, Seattle has changed so much.
Yeah.
So many of the jokes are so old now. High-fiving white guys.
We had to redo kind of a new version of that.
Okay, Joe, why don't you do? Sounds like a lot of work to me.
It'll be a lot of work for you.
It was the only show, it was the only station, NBC, King 5, that preempted Saturday Night Live in order to run the local show. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. So the news would end at 11:30, and then Almost Live would come on, and so they pushed Saturday Night Live back in order to run the local stuff. Good old days when you used to produce television.
How about that?
There you go. All right. Everybody got all that?
Got it.
All right. Fine. It's all going to be on the quiz. Don't look at me like I got two heads when I give you the quiz on Friday. All right. Let's check traffic. Here comes Nathan with the bad news.
Yes, sir. Kia of Everett has our update. South 5 and Mid-Boeing Field got a collision on your left shoulder right next to your HOV lane, so keep an eye out for it if you're in that direction. You're backed up bumper to bumper in the North Gate to the scene still. Linwood to Seattle, a 45-minute trip. North 5 jam-packed from the Michigan Curve in the downtown. Both of our lake bridges remain all clear. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both 1-hour commutes. North 5, you're slow from 520 all the way through Linwood. 405 has scattered backups between Kirkland and Alderwood. Bellevue to Renton's a half hour. It's solid from 520 to Factoria. From there, you're going to slowly thin out heading into Renton. Tacoma to Olympia, also a 1-hour commute. You're slow in South Tacoma. Pretty thick through JBLM for a few miles, and then another backup between Lacey and Olympia. We still have this crash in Spanaway, southbound 7, just past the Roy Y, blocking both of your lanes, and you're getting by in the center turn lane. From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, be ready this winter with amazing pricing and financing. Now is the time to buy a Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge.
Not 1 cent.
83 or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
Draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
83 or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
83 or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. People say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Whatever temperatures this winter brings, your friendly and knowledgeable Bryant dealer is ready to help. Your dealer is committed to achieving a high level of training and skills, backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. Whether you need a quick fix or an entirely new heating system, your local Bryant dealer will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort.
Schedule an appointment today. Visit BryantNorthwest.com for a dealer near you. Bryant, whatever it takes.
When I asked Scott Lucky if his last name had anything to do with his success in the trucking industry, he laughed and said, "Well, Mike, I guess you could say I've always been lucky." But when I asked him how he and his family grew Lucky Distribution Services into the company it is today, he didn't talk about luck at all. "We work hard," he said. "We keep a close eye on the bottom line, and we treat our people the right way." In other words, Scott Lucky makes his own luck, which is precisely why he switched to Pure Talk Business. "Last month, I paid the big guys $740 for 12 lines," he told me. "This month, I paid Pure Talk $420 for the exact same service." Thousands of businesses all over the country are saving real money by switching to America's most dependable 5G network, and luck has nothing to do with it. Just dial pound 250 and say micro. That's pound 250 micro to switch to a wireless company that works as hard as you do. Pure Talk.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Guys, it's time to know your numbers and what they mean. And right now, Revive Men's Health is offering a $400 comprehensive wellness panel for just $99. Free if you start treatment. Offer ends November 30th. Book today at revivemenshealth.com. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women
but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow and binge all episodes of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley. Available now, wherever you listen.
All right, for those of you who've been following along the show for probably about 6 days now, 6 days ago, I got a fake, I knew it was a fake text message. Hi, are you settling into your new home? I hope you're enjoying it. Hope we can play golf again soon. I was like, huh? What? Who's this? I write her back. Sorry, you must have the wrong number. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this not Ella? This is Molly. I guess I wrote your phone number down incorrectly. But how are you? I was like, okay, this is a total scam, right?
Molly is a very traditional Chinese name, by the way.
By the way, she's independently wealthy because she worked for some big finance company in China and she retired so that she could then dedicate her life to selling jewelry in L.A.
Skid Row.
And Joe's like, okay, it's obviously a scam. Just stop. And I couldn't because I told Nick, I said, I want to see where this goes. Like, what? She goes, whatever you do, don't click on a link that they give you because then, okay. So then she moved me over to WhatsApp because that's what they want to do. Get on to WhatsApp. So I got on WhatsApp thinking, am I allowed to going to catch me this way? No. So sending all the stuff back and forth. So now this has been going on for, I have so many text messages from her.
The amount I've heard about this in the last 6 days.
I know, you don't like it.
You ready?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, give me some sexy music.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I said, I wrote to her, it's strange, but I feel I can tell you things that I can't share with others. You must be just one of those people that just have a big heart and just care about other people. Is that what it is, Molly?
We're already friends, and it's perfectly natural for friends to care about each other.
Friends, yeah, I guess. Okay. Good night, sweet dreams, she says to me. And then in the morning, at 6:04 in the morning, I get...
Good morning. Have a wonderful day.
Oh. Well, thank you, Molly. I will. She also asked me, please send a photograph of yourself. I'd love to see what you look like. So I did. Not me. I sent her a picture of Joe McHale.
Sure he appreciates that.
And she wrote,
You look great. You look like you're about 40 years old. I wonder if I'm right.
I wrote, nope, way off. I thought it'd make Joe much older. And then she said, are you 40? Is that right?
So, what is the correct answer?
Answer. Molly. I told her I made Joel 53. That's close enough. And then I wouldn't write it for a little while, and then I would get something like,
While you're busy with work, remember to take a break. Lunchtime is coming soon, so remember to eat lunch.
Good advice. I tell you that all the time.
I wrote her back, I'm eating a great big 4-foot-long tuna fish sandwich. It's been sitting in the sun for more than an hour. Do you think that's a bad idea? She didn't write back on that one. I said, how is it that you're able to, be so young, she's 40, or 38, and have a jewelry store, and then she even wrote in their jewelry, I don't really care if anyone buys my jewelry or not. It's only there to unite people with the brilliance of themselves. Okay. And then I said, well, how could you do that?
I was already financially independent before I came to the United States.
Oh. I said, how'd you make your money?
When I was in China, I worked at TPG. After I achieved financial independence, I came to the United States and opened a jewelry store because of my passion for jewelry.
Yeah. I asked her where the jewelry store is. She gave me the address.
It is like Skid Row, LA.
It is so bad. These big metal doors down front because that's part of her passion about jewelry. Anyway, we were supposed to talk this morning on the phone. We were gonna get a videotape of it. But then she said she couldn't talk today because she's out playing golf on one of Donald Trump's golf courses.
She sent a picture of her drive, too.
Yes, she did. Yeah. You know what's going to happen? This is going to end. I know it's going to end at some point.
Me too.
I said, I'll fly down to L.A. and have lunch with you. Or dinner.
Yeah. So are we done now or no?
No, we can't be finished. Here's Nate. Check your traffic, Nate.
Yipper, let's start you on Highway 2. Over the pass, a collision blocks the westbound lane of Highway 2 at milepost 72. That's about 7 miles east of the summit. State Patrol's now alternating traffic at the scene, but there are huge backups and traffic is just barely moving. So if you decide to head over Stevens Pass, there is snow and ice on the highway. Traction tires advised. Chains required on vehicles over 10,000 gross vehicle weight. And oversized vehicles are prohibited. Now, Snoqualmie Pass reporting slushy roads. Traction tires advised there. Oversized vehicles prohibited as well. Heading into Seattle, South 5 packed from Northgate to Mid-Boeing Field from an earlier crash. Linwood to Seattle just hit 1 hour, and it's also 1 hour from Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
There is one real estate agent who's been helping KIRO listeners longer than anyone else, and that's Wes Jones with sellwithwes.com. Wes, you've helped KIRO listeners in good markets and more difficult ones. What do you think has been the secret to your success?
Thanks, Brandy. Experience has taught us that to outperform the market, we needed to do things differently from the status quo, that we needed to do more. Our exclusive system covers innovative marketing locally and internationally, leading to more eyeballs on your home, better listing prep for better showings, negotiation strategies that eliminate pesky buyer contingencies, and generate stronger offers. Through our exclusive client programs, our sellers enjoy an extraordinary marketing experience utilizing techniques a traditional agent cannot offer.
So if you want to sell your home faster at a higher price and with fewer contingencies, if you want more, visit sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
The G and Ursula Show.
There's two types of people. One's that use a washcloth. The other are bare hand bandits.
Hate to break it to you, but
Ursula, you a bare hand bandit?
Weekdays 9 to noon. Watch live on YouTube.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security. Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
I'm Macy House with Baird Global Investment Banking. In today's markets, global financial capabilities aren't worth much without personal attention to your priorities. Baird Banking, Research, and Private Equity professionals are located across 3 continents, sharing more than investment expertise. As employee owners of our firm, we all have a personal stake in your success, here in the Pacific Northwest and around the world. Discover the Baird difference. Visit rwbaird.com/Seattle.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in store.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
It's Thanksgiving travel time.
We will spend Thanksgiving together as a family.
A potential deal to end the war in Ukraine could be close.
Both the U.S. and Ukraine are signaling a lot of optimism.
The FBI investigates 6 Democratic lawmakers.
The use of the FBI against us is exactly why we made the video.
This is the CBS World News Roundup Late Edition. I'm Stacey Lynn. The holiday travel rush is on.
Today's Tuesday, so I'm moving now. So I'm thinking, I think I picked the right day to travel.
He's at the Denver airport, and reporter Neil Augustine is in the nation's capital.
Here at Dulles, a lot of the Tuesday before Thanksgiving travelers were holding their breaths during the recent government shutdown.
I was a little bit worried about the flight cancellations.
Did she have a plan B?
Plan B would have been staying in D.C., so yeah.
Another couple's flying out to see the wife's family on the West Coast. They're looking forward to a good meal and mostly hanging out and catching up.
The TSA expects to screen nearly 18 million people in the next 7 days. That's the busiest airports have been in at least 15 years. An end to the nearly 4-year-old war in Ukraine may be close. CBS's Linda Kenyon in Washington.
In a post on social media, President Trump said the 28-point peace plan drafted by the U.S. has been fine-tuned. He added he has directed Special Envoy Steve Witkoff to meet with Russian President Putin in Moscow. At the same time, Secretary of the Army Dan Driscoll will meet with the Ukrainians. The president said he hopes to meet with Ukraine's President Zelensky and President Putin when the deal is final or in its final stage.
The feds are investigating some Democratic lawmakers. Here's Justice correspondent Scott McFarland.
Multiple sources tell CBS News the FBI has notified 6 Democratic members of Congress that they're the subject of an inquiry over a video they made last week in which they urged U.S. service members that they don't have to follow unlawful orders.
Michigan Senator Alyssa Slotkin is one of them and called the probe a weaponization of the federal government against perceived adversaries of President Trump.
If he wants to use the FBI and Kash Patel against us, that is his choice, but it just reaffirms why we made this video in the first place.
All 6 lawmakers are veterans or former national security officials. High school football coach Travis Turner is missing, and Robin Lawson with the Virginia State Police says he's now been charged.
Turner is wanted on 5 counts of child pornography and 5 counts of using a computer to solicit a minor.
On Wall Street, stocks finished higher today. Now this.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online at steelusa.com or in store.
Jet fuel flowing again to SeaTac airports. The latest on the Olympic pipeline leak after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
This busy report brought to you by Seattle Sports. Holiday travel and wet roads adding to a difficult commute this afternoon. Everett to Marysville, a 25-minute commute. It's solid from 526 to 529. Gets really thick at Highway 2. And now northbound 529 is packed between Everett and Marysville. Seattle to Everett just climbed an hour 15 minutes. It's heavy from 520 through North Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, hour 5. You're solid now from mid-Bellevue into Alderwood. South 5 heading into Seattle. You're packed from Northgate now to the north end of Boeing Field. Linwood to Seattle, a 1-hour drive. Bellevue to Renton, 35 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, 1 hour. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, 1 hour. And we still have our collision down in Spanaway, southbound 7, just past the Roy Y, blocking both of your lanes. You're getting by in the center turn lane. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. Relief at SeaTac airports as its main source of jet fuel is now back online. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon says airlines are resuming normal operations as the Olympic pipeline restarts.
BP says it has now found the exact source of the leak. It's in a 20-inch pipe east of Everett. There are 2 pipes in that area. The other is 16 inches, and fuel is now able to flow through it.
Leaky pipe is still offline as BP works on a fix. Governor Ferguson says so far it has not made a significant change in gas prices. WashDOT is suing the contractor on the 405 widening project between Bellevue and Renton. The department's Lisa Hodgson says the project is well behind schedule.
We've been looking at the progress that we made over the summer and really looking at the work that's ahead of us. And at this time, we're forecasting that our project will be complete in summer 2027.
It was supposed to be done this year. WashDOT says work crews failed to meet that deadline. We have reached out to the contractor for comments, but have not yet heard back. King County's new executive is sworn in today. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi reports.
Gurmai Zahalai is laying out what he calls the 4 Bs for a better future. The first, break the cycle.
People are going through homelessness, addiction, crime, and incarceration, and it's harming too many people.
Then there's build for affordability, boots on the ground so the county can be, as he puts it, more customer service oriented. And finally, better government, which he says means make King County more effective, equitable, accountable, and transparent. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
Verizon is cutting jobs in our states. The company plans to lay off 168 employees across Washington, including analysts, engineers, and retail staff. The cuts take effect in January as 5 stores are being sold off, including in Redmond, Renton, and Woodinville. Weather update now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We have that winter weather advisory running through 4 o'clock tomorrow morning here in the lowlands. We've got plenty of rain to get through. Up to 8 inches of snow in the mountain passes. Right now, 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Hello again, everyone. It's good to have you with us for this event. It figures to be an exceptional one that doesn't need any buildup.
That's right. Thank you, Howard Cosell.
Good morning. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, I will. Thank you, Molly. All right. Oh, look who's here. A little bit of walk-on music for Jacob, now in management. We have it.
Just give me one.
There's Jacob.
So what, we get drunk. So what, we don't sleep.
Like playing this in front of management.
Fun. We don't care who sees. So what, we go out.
That's right, Jacob. Well, we rock it. You're in management. You can't stop us. You're young and wild and free.
Every detail of these segments is, I think, designed to get me into trouble.
All right. Wow, you look like hell.
Yeah, this is not...
Man, oh, man. Gee whiz.
I like the beard, personally.
Is that what that is?
You.
Is that what that
Something,
is?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Will you please read the text from a very upset...
253, who says, Christie's Farms next to the White Barn, also giving away crabs. Also asks, why don't we have a chat...
You missed it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Also asks, why don't we have a chat line on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we shut it down because people couldn't behave themselves. So really, if people are upset about it, they have no one to blame but themselves. That's how I would frame it.
Okay. Molly wants to say something.
So, what is the correct answer?
I think I did. There has been talk about bringing it back. So I guess to this texter, I would ask them what they want to say in the YouTube chat. so bad? What's so important?
Well,
here's to run it by you first.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
we were
to slow things down a bit.
I think you were out the last time we had a show meeting which is typically you
That's
and
right,
Brian. And Brian said that they do have data that shows that interaction with our videos, live videos, generates more algorithmic instances. So they were definitely
Ka-ching.
Yep. So they were all in favor of bringing it back. And
Ka-ching.
then one day, about 2 weeks ago, we started getting text messages that it was live during the Jake and Spike show.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know if that's true.
I think that was a glitch.
Yeah,
they turned it on just for one show.
Was the whole show a glitch?
Mm-hmm.
That's not nice.
No, about the tech. Was it up the whole time?
Yeah, during their show. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Jeez, what do you think I'm saying?
When they launched the live stream, it's either the toggle is either on or off, and apparently it had been turned on that day.
So the question is to management. That's you. Although you look like you just crawled out from a dumpster. Is it ever coming back?
It does feel like one of those conversations that we've decided to not make the decision now, and
So
then
it's not a conversation.
and then just refuse to ever make the decision again. So in effect, every time I've been in the conversation where it's been raised, we're ostensibly open to it, but then never actually interested in making the steps to bring it back.
Brian laid the decision squarely on Kathy when she was on vacation. He said,
classic.
as soon as Kathy's back from vacation, she can, put the rubber stamp on this thing. But that was weeks ago.
She left her rubber stamp back at the hotel.
That's right, yeah. Those rubber stamps there, I was far and few between.
Yeah.
So that's a no.
It's a no for now, certainly, yeah.
That's a no for a long time. Until we just stop asking about it. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There's your answer, 253.
Thank you.
Jacob.
Sorry about the crabs, 253. All right. Take him out. Take him out with his walk. Here he goes. Look at this.
Oh, here we go.
So what, we get drunk. So what, we don't sleep. We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what, we go out. That's how it's supposed to be.
A lighter for what? Why is this the edited version?
Because there's a lot of cursing in it.
It was live radio.
Ow.
Yeah, but high I don't think is a bad word any more than drunk is, right?
Keep it real if you don't know me, keep it playing with my bros. It look clean, don't it? Watch it the other day, watch how you lean.
You hoping to hear a swear word?
Yeah, just waiting to hear the swear words.
Okay.
That used to be Rise Walk On music, and I played it for him. He's like 7 years old when he came on. He goes, oh, that's... First of all, if that's supposed to be funny, I think it's a poor reflection of you as a father. I was like, oh, look at you, poor reflection. Why don't we use big words?
Smart 7-year-old.
Yeah. All right, let's do some news here after getting... Is that the smell of Jacob? It's like patchouli and Axe body spray combined. All right, the fact that Donald Trump, this is the tradition. I think this one's going on. I don't know how long they've been... they're pardoning the turkeys. Who was the first person to do that? Was it, I think Kennedy. I forget.
George H.W. Bush, apparently.
He was the first?
The first official turkey pardon.
Okay, got
89.
it. And then, so then Trump jumps in, and then my computer won't work. Hang on, here we go. Nope. You got to play it there, Joe, because Okay, there we go. You ready? Here he goes. He's pardoning the turkeys.
The turkeys being pardoned today go by the names of Gobble and Waddle. When I first saw their pictures, I thought we should send them, I shouldn't say this.
It's never stopped him. Whenever he says I shouldn't say this, here it comes.
Call them Chuck and Nancy. But then I realized I wouldn't be pardoning them. I would never pardon those two people. I wouldn't pardon them. I wouldn't care what Melania told me. Darling, I think it would be a nice thing to do. I won't do it, darling. The turkey's being...
Okay, fine. All right. By the way, how to cook a turkey back in 1950 would be something like this.
Mommy, why don't we put butter all over the turkey to keep them from drying out? Then put butter on the drumstick, too. Lots of butter makes them golden brown. Now we dip this cheesecloth in milk, butter, and wrap him up. To keep him warm?
Yeah, the dad is always the dumb guy. Like, huh? What's that, honey? Go in the other room. Give me some coffee.
No, so it'll be juicy and tender.
Oh.
It's ready to bake ever so slowly. Only 300 to 325 degrees.
You'll be ready soon?
No, Daddy. Bake them slowly so it'll stay plump, juicy, and tender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole family laughing at it.
Looks so big. And they'll stay big because butter keeps them from drying out and losing juices.
That's right.
Oh, the dad.
Special American Dairy Association method keeps your turkey from shrinking in the oven.
Who's that? Where'd that guy come from?
Big Dairy.
Did he just step in the middle of it?
Yeah.
Right in the middle of it? He shows up in a tie and a racist attitude or something? It's the 50s.
That's right. This Special American Dairy Association method keeps your turkey from shrinking in the oven. The turkey can lose as much as 1/3 of its weight if it isn't properly roasted.
This sure is a big drumstick, Daddy.
You know, honey, this is one of the juiciest turkeys we've ever had.
What?
Terrific.
Wait a minute, the dad didn't know anything about it, and then all of a sudden he knew about the National Dairy Association?
Yep.
All right, fine.
Sounds like a plant.
Yeah. By the way, just so if you don't get into an argument around the Thanksgiving table about Ben Franklin, he never actually said the thing that people thought he was saying about turkeys. He did say that he didn't like the fact that the bald eagle was going to be the national bird. He said it had poor or bad moral character. He does not get his living honestly. He's too lazy to fish for himself. So the most respectable bird with a true original of Native Americans, he said that it's not a good bird, that possibly a turkey would be better, although he never actually said that he'd rather turkey for the national symbol than an eagle. That's
Is it, do bald eagles not really fish for themselves?
They're scavengers. Yeah, they kind of like other stuff people left behind. They're just like, more majestic vultures. Okay. Speaking of majestic vultures, Alex Jones.
And I'm just going to say it.
Ow, my ears. Hang on a second. Alex Jones is very upset with Donald Trump. Why?
Blank. I'm not a bandwagon person. I don't pile on when other people are doing something. But I know MTG well. She's a woman of incredible integrity. She announced last night that she is resigning. I predicted on the Tuesday broadcast. She didn't tell me this, but I talked to her at length. And it sounded to me like she was throwing in the towel just because she can't be part of something that's, quote, a lesser of two evils. I'm going to have to reflect on this, and I'm going to have to pray about it, and I'm going to take a few weeks on it, I think, is the most important thing to do. But I am seriously inches away from not supporting Trump anymore.
Oh, my God.
Because I am not going to watch him commit political suicide.
And if he does, I'll say that he faked it. I guess he's responding to the Epstein stuff. And
yes.
Because Marjorie Taylor Greene was also upset about the Epstein stuff.
It's the Epstein stuff. It's the federalization of AI regulations. There's a few things he's...
Yeah, these guys, this is bad news. I mean, I think they're doing some weird stuff there.
Yeah, Alex Jones. A lot of the MAGA people, because when Trump said, he has done a lot of stuff he said he was going to do, right? Going to close down the border, going to do this, going to do that. He is going through a lot of the stuff that he promised, which is something you don't often see from presidents. But he also said, I'm going to make all the Epstein stuff, I'm going to open all that up, and everybody's going to be able to look at it. Then why he sort of was putting some roadblocks in the way. Then finally, when they took the vote, and then he had a sign saying, okay, go ahead. Now release it. So they'll release it. I think it's coming up in January. There's like 20,000 different emails that are all going to be let loose. There will be some things that will be held back, and that'll give everybody who's in the conspiracy stuff, well, why are they redacted this? Because some of it is actually a client attorney privilege, and they're not going to be able to release that. What?
You said that the other day, and somebody had a good rebuttal. I don't remember anything specifically, but I think it was because of the fact that it was part of some larger case that wouldn't apply.
Okay. Well, they might end up taking a few things out. As long as they don't give you the piece of paper where the whole thing is blacked out.
And they've already said there's a bunch of stipulations on what may or may not be redacted. And like your friend Dan Flynn said, they'll make you think they released everything, and 20 years from now we'll realize we got nothing.
Yeah, and you know the weird thing is there's so many bigger stories, just really big stuff about our debt and about the 30-year treasury and then the 10-year treasury and what's happening in the world. But this stuff, because it involves sex, it involves a billionaire or a bunch of other billionaires and the idea of flying to some island somewhere, that's what everybody gets, that's where all the attention goes, right? And the bigger stories that are happening all over the world. It's like, who cares about that? Let's talk about Jeffrey Epstein and all the emails that we still haven't gotten yet. All right, and one other one, this is in the Wall Street Journal today, that Republicans, if they're able to get this thing through, they are going to say to automakers that are now, the average car costs $50,000. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we forced you to put in there that you're not going to have to do it. The additional cost of some of the things like, let's see, the what do they had in there? Like the backup cameras and the cameras that tell you whether or not you're going to hit something. All those things cost money, about $2,500. Plus, if you have to fix the thing, it could be over $5,000. And then there's the little beepers in the back to let you know your kid's in the car. I mean, just stuff they kept putting in there without the idea that, well, this is going to drive up the cost of a car. Because the bureaucrats that come up with these things don't think about that necessarily. They just think about, we want to make it as safe as possible. We want to save the lives. There's 40,000 lives that are lost every single year. Well, if you really wanted to make it unbelievably safe, you would drop the speed limit down on highways to 13 miles an hour. Nobody would die. Well, they're not going to do that. Well, then we're going to take it up to 65 or 70. Well, we're going to lose, 25, 30,000 people. All right, well, that's the cost of losing. You lose those lives if you want people to travel from point A to point B. If you really wanted to make it as safe as possible, the car would not be able to go over 30 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour, and everybody would just be clunking along and nobody would die if you really wanted to save all of those lives. So, even I got to go to Milton Friedman on it because he was when it was the old Ralph Nader not safe at any speed talking about the Corvair and how dangerous the car was. Milton Friedman, do you have Milton Friedman? This is from a long time ago.
No.
Didn't find it?
No, you just sent me a blank Google search.
Hang on.
I'm looking in our system.
I'm going to play it.
Okay.
Hold on. Oh, you're not going to play it? No, she's not going to say. No, he's not going to talk for me. Well, the whole show feels this way.
I think you had your Milton Friedman quota of the year already.
Oh, easy, Nate. Okay.
I told Joe I'm so much closer to getting a Milton Friedman tattoo every time I hear him. Here it is. Let's see. Off my crappy phone. Yeah, hang on. Here we go. Hang on. Come on, Milton. Come on. The additional cost of the car. And Milton, basically, I'll just tell you what he said. He said this: leave it up to the American consumer as to what they want. Give them options. If they want the beepers and if they want he didn't use the beepers, but if you want all those additional safety things, then have that in the car. If you don't want that, if your choice is I'll drive without those additional safety things, then you make that choice. That's yours. You're free to make the determination. You can't have somebody else come along and say, you must have this and you must have this, you must have that. And then the person's like, well, I can't afford that car, right? So I'll buy a less expensive car or a used car that might not be as safe. You remove the choice from the individual because some bureaucrats saying all of these safety things must be in play. Well, I can't afford it. So they don't buy it. So they're not well served by it. So it looks like, according to the piece from the Wall Street Journal, that they will be able to get the car manufacturers, and they've been doing this for years. Don't force us to do this. Don't force us to do that. It drives up the cost of the car. Just let the people decide what they want to do. You want to drive a car without a windshield?
So would the same logic apply to safety? What do you call it? A safety harness?
Did I? I think a safety belt.
That's right.
Yeah, that was another one that they didn't want to have in there.
Yeah.
When you talk to a lot of libertarians, it's like, look, if I want to go through the windshield, I'm going through the windshield. And then you say, well, what's the cost to society if you end up in the hospital? Okay, well, then, that is a cost to society. So then there should be a tax on something like that. If you choose, like, for instance, I think some states that if you choose to drive your motorcycle without a helmet, I think there might be an additional cost that you have to pay into. You got to check on this. I don't know if it ever went through or not. It's like, okay, you don't want to ride with a helmet? Then you have to pay a little something extra because if you end up in the hospital, if you even survive without a helmet on, then the money will be there for you to be able to pay for putting your head back together.
I like that.
All right, here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, plan on 15 to 20-minute delays on your normal routes this afternoon with holiday travelers in the mix. Seattle to Everett already an hour 15. It's heavy from 520 all the way through Linwood. Bellevue to Everett, hour 10. It's solid from mid-Bellevue to Alderwood. Gets really heavy once you enter Kirkland. South 5 heading into Seattle is packed from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge now. Linwood to Seattle hit an hour. That is double the norm. Southbound 99 heavy from the Zoo down to East Marginal Way. Seattle to Federal Way is going to take an hour. Bumper to bumper from Interurban Avenue down past State Route 516. Both directions of I-5 are packed between Fife and State Route 18. Tacoma to Olympia has gone up to an hour 10. We've got a 4-mile bumper to bumper backup now through JBLM and another hefty backup between Lacey and Olympia. And out in Kitsap County, southbound 3, you're packed from Chico all the way down to the Sinclair Inlet. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. meetthenovaks.com.
The markets and the economy will change, but you should always know what you can rely on from your financial advisor. I'm John Ramsire with Baird Private Wealth Management in Seattle. With deep planning and investment expertise, Baird's financial advisors have guided individuals and families through changing markets for more than 100 years. And in all that time, our guiding principle has never changed. Our clients come first, always. Discover the Baird difference at rwbaird.com/Seattle.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio, so we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It's Black Friday Frenzy at Olympic Hot Tub. Unwrap huge holiday savings on saltwater hot tubs and swim spas, plus amazing prices on floor models. Hurry, the savings end November 30th. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse for the 37th annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for the more than 6,000 youth and young adults in foster care statewide. Over the past 36 years of holiday magic, we've delivered 182,000 gifts across our state. Join KIRO News Radio and Treehouse this year and share the joy of the holiday season. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. It's not just the snow piling up in the mountains today. Freezing rain could also make for slick travel over the passes tonight. KIRO 7 TV meteorologist Morgan Palmer.
If it falls and freezes on the roadway, especially the untreated side roads, we could have some glaze for a brief time tonight and into early tomorrow morning.
That winter weather advisory does wrap up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Washington is among 20 states suing over new requirements to receive federal funding for permanent housing. Attorney General Nick Brown says people who stay in shelters will need to meet new work, treatment, and other requirements.
They've also added new bureaucratic hurdles that have nothing to do with challenges that we are facing in housing and homelessness, such as adding a requirement that providers only acknowledge two genders.
Trump administration says the changes will restore accountability and encourage homeless people to become self-sufficient. A new sweeping lawsuit accuses oil giants of hiding what they knew about climate change. Plaintiffs claiming the companies ran a long campaign to obscure the dangers of burning fossil fuels, worsening storms and wildfires that drove up insurance costs. KIRO 7 TV reports the suit does not aim to restrict fossil fuels, only to recover money homeowners paid in rising premiums. Well, you've heard of porch pirates. Mill Creek police say they caught two people who stole an Amazon delivery van full of packages.
It was just before midnight on November 18th. Officers got multiple alerts from flock license plate reading cameras about the van, which had been stolen in Seattle while the driver was out on his route. With some help from the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office, Mill Creek PD was able to get the van stopped after a short pursuit. Those two suspects were taken to jail. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
New warning about rad power bikes. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says some batteries can ignite and explode. Agency says the batteries are linked to at least 31 fires. The Seattle Times reports the Ballard-based company says its bikes meet or exceed safety standards. 4:32 now. We go to the real-time traffic desk with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. This report is brought to you by the Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees. Big backups out there today. A drastic change from yesterday. Everton Marysville, 25 minutes. We've got heavy volumes between 526 and 529 now. And now eastbound 526 is backed up almost to the Boeing factory. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both hour 15-minute commutes. I-5 heavy from 520 all the way through Linwood. 405 now solid from Kirkland to Alderwood. South 5 packed from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge, and you're just parked through most of the U District. Linwood to Seattle, an hour and 5-minute commute. Seattle to Federal Way will take you another hour. It's bumper to bumper from Interurban Avenue all the way past State Route 516. And Tacoma to Olympia, another commute that's struggling this afternoon, an hour and 10 minutes. You got a little slowing in South Tacoma as you make your way toward Lakewood. 4 miles of a bumper to bumper backup through JBLM and another hefty backup between Lacey and Olympia. Trees that twinkle, Santa smiles, and stuff of holiday dreams. Join Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees this weekend only in Tacoma. Don't miss it. Details at festivalofTreesTacoma.org. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
And now to your forecast brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Mountain Pass snow continuing through tonight, tapering off as the night goes on. Could see some of that light freezing rain develop in the overnight hours as well. Right now looking at rainy conditions, 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
KIRO 7 News starting at 4. When you need to stay plugged in and connected, they've got you. Live breaking news so you know what's happening now. Investigations and in-depth coverage to get you answers. Weather on the way to help you prepare. Bringing the day's biggest stories into focus so you know more. Watch KIRO 7 News at 4, 5, and 6 only on KIRO 7 TV.
Well said, Joe. Well read. Bucky's Auto Service Centers. At this time of the year, best thing to do, shop for family and friends. Head on over to Bucky's Auto Service Centers. Take the whole family over there for Thanksgiving dinner. Bucky's. There's 16 locations to choose from. They've been around for 50 years. It's Bucky's. I just can't get enough.
I see what he's doing.
Yeah. Bucky's at Bucky's Auto Service Centers. I hope we don't have to work tomorrow because it's going to be a mess of a show.
Really? We got all kind. By the way, we have promised many people that we will play the Aunt Seal Thanksgiving story tomorrow. So whether that's live or
get my brother to do it live.
Yeah, we'll see.
Playing the part of Aunt Seal. The hard part for Chuck is we know where the story goes, but I just always like to hear him do imitation of Aunt Seal. So I'll just say, and then Aunt Seal made her way to the table and said, and then Chuck has to come up with something, hey, wait for me, or something like this, or whatever. I just keep dumping him having to fill in all the weird lines.
Oddly enough, I've never heard this story.
Yeah, okay. I've telling that story for like 20 years. All right, this shouldn't come as a great... This is not news, everybody. This is not news that Meta Research privately compared Instagram to addictive drugs, and the bombshell court filing shows, yes, it's bad. The people that did the research were like, oh, my God, we feel like the people from the tobacco industry, we've discovered that we kind of knew that kids that are on social media 5 hours a day, it's not good for them. There's social contagion that could take off, and oh yeah, I think I'm trans or I'm binary or I'm a furry or whatever. Oh, I am too. All that, and then just generally depression and anxiety, bullying, and the stress, and they're depressed. Yeah, so Meta knew it, but they hid all of the sort of stuff. They shut down the internal study once they realized, oh my God, this was not good for anybody.
I got to publish that.
They didn't want to have to publish any of it. And let me get my phone over here for a second. Hang on. Plug it in.
Good.
Since everything's broken around here.
It's safer 5 feet away from you.
Yeah. So Jonathan Haidt, is it Haidt? Yeah. He's been studying this stuff since 2015. He's written a number of books about it. And again, people know this. They know it's not good, but they do it anyway. They give their kids the phones. So he decided, Jonathan did, that he would ask Chat GPT this question. If you were the devil, what would you do to destroy the next generation without them even knowing it? And Chat responded with profound and unsettling, quote, I wouldn't come with violence. I would come with convenience. I'd keep them busy and always distracted. I'd rot their minds slowly, sweetly, and silently. The best part is they'd never know it was me, and they would call it freedom. So, again, you know it's not good, but you give your kids the thing anyway. You're basically saying, here, I'll spend $150 a month, or whatever it is, in order for you to be depressed and anxious and stressed. So Jonathan, in his research, has said, don't give kids don't need phones. If you're going to give them a phone, no social media till maybe they're 16 or 17. Try to hold it back as long as possible because you would never want your child to be harmed by something you wouldn't want them to be depressed and stressed and bullied, but yet you do. Everybody caves, or most people cave, and give their kid a phone, and then they're 8 years old and they're looking at this stuff, or 6 years old and looking at some horrible stuff. And the parents are like, well, what can I say? You know, my kid needs a phone. I got to give him a phone so he can call me at school. God, I remember we had our kids, I think we were in 4th grade, and the teacher hadn't come in yet. This was like meet the parents night and parents meet the teacher night. And we're in there, and there's probably about 20 parents. And I said, how many of you guys have given your kids phones yet? And at that time, at this school, it might have been Samantha Smith School, I think is what it was, in Sammamish, no one had. And one of the dads said, hey, let's all agree that we're going to hold the line and not give our kids. So this class, all of us, no phones, because once one gets a phone, then they're all going to be like, hey, I want a phone. You know, Tommy's got a phone, or Mary's got a phone. So let's all agree, no phones. If we do that, we can protect our kids. And this was, 15, 16 years ago or something. And then sure enough, one parent was like, well, I had to give him a phone so he could call me after school. So we'll see what happens as to now when the research comes out, the story breaks, but it's really not. Everybody knows. The new study finds that mental health benefits that if you're off social media for 1 week, you feel better, you get out there, and you have a good time. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg back in May said he was very concerned that the average person only has maybe one friend. You have this?
I've got that.
Okay, here you go. Listen to this.
There's the stat that I always think is crazy. The average American, I think, has fewer than 3 friends. And the average person has demand for meaningfully more. I think it's like 15 friends or something. But the average person wants more connectivity and connection than they have. So, there's a lot of questions that people ask of stuff like, okay, is this going to replace in-person connections or real-life connections? And my default is that the answer to that is probably no. I think that there are all these things that are better about kind of physical connections when you can have them. But the reality is that people just don't have the connection and they feel more alone a lot of the time than they would like. So I think that a lot of these things that today there might be a little bit of a stigma around, I would guess that over time we will find the vocabulary as a society to be able to articulate why that is valuable and why the people who are doing these things, why they are rational for doing it and how it is adding value for their lives. But also I think that the field is very early. There are a handful of companies and stuff who are doing virtual therapist and virtual girlfriend type stuff, but it's very early.
Yeah, what he was talking about is AI chatbots as friends. That eventually, as a society, will find the words. Here are the words. That's nuts. Okay. The fact that Mark Zuckerberg is encouraging people. Yeah, you only have 1, 2, but people want 15 friends, but they don't have the time or they can't make the connections. So we're going to come in. Meta is going to come in and provide AI friends for you. And then we'll eventually sort of find the words to describe what that is. That, I can already tell you what the words are. That's unhealthy. And it's not real, and they're not real connections. But Meta wants you to have the AI friend so that the AI friend knows what you buy and encourage you to buy things. And then your entire weird relationship with this AI, robot basically fulfills all of your desires because it's reinforcing. It doesn't challenge you because it doesn't want to lose you. And then I realize while I'm saying all this stuff, I'm doing it right now with Molly.
Well, another thing, probably the big reason that kids have 3 friends or fewer is because they're so disconnected from real life relationships to begin with because of social media.
Yeah, there's that. The parents don't let them outside, and the parents set up play dates for the kids. And they want to go over the house and see where the kids get some allergy or something like that. Yay. And people are like, oh, kids today. No, this not. My dad used to say to me, oh, you guys, you complain about stuff. There is no possible comparison between when we were kids, my dad was a kid, and kids today. We didn't have a computer in our pocket that allowed us, to look at porn or bully somebody and take pictures and then all this other stuff. I mean, there was none. We didn't have this. We weren't depressed.
But you have to acknowledge that, that's something that kids are dealing with.
Oh, I know. I get it. But I always say, so let me get this straight. The kid has a job is 10 years old, has a job that affords them $150, whatever it is, a month in order to pay for the data and cellular plan that they have on the phone. Did the kid go out and buy the phone? Did the parents go out and buy the phone? Are the parents paying the bill? If the parents are paying the bill, it's the parents' fault.
Agreed.
Completely and absolutely the parents' fault. Well, everyone else has one. It's terrible. Oh, Molly just sent me a picture of her sinking this pot.
Okay.
Should I send it to you?
Sure.
All right, I'll send it to you. And then we can put it up. Then let the listeners see it, and then they can go, that's obviously, there's no way she could have made that putt. She's a robot.
Do we have Molly's permission to post their content on social?
So she's trying to scam me out of something. Who cares?
Yeah, sure.
Here's Nate checking traffic. Nathan.
All right, Kia of Everett has our update. If you can put that drive off for the next hour or so, that'd be a great idea. Our backups are horrendous this afternoon. Mostly just volume out there with holiday travelers in the mix. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett are both an hour, 15-minute commutes. South 5 heading into Seattle. You're bumper to bumper from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge. Approaching Lake City Way, you're just barely moving into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, an hour, 5 minutes. Seattle to Federal Way will take you another hour. It's bumper to bumper from the Duwamish Curve down to 516. Bellevue to Renton, 40 minutes. It's packed starting actually back at Northeast 70th in Kirkland down to 112th. And then from there, it slowly thins out as you make your way into Renton. Renton to Puyallup on the Valley Freeway, 55 minutes. Pretty solid now down the entire stretch. From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, be ready this winter. With amazing pricing and financing, now is the time to buy a Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nathan. Let's say you're going to be gathered around the Thanksgiving table. You got your friends and family there. Your family's there. Take a moment, just a moment, and be grateful, of course, for everything that you have, and be grateful for your health if you've got that as well. And then think, you know what? I think I want to have another 20 or 30 of these Thanksgivings. I want to be around my kids. I want to be around my brother and my sister. I want to be around a lot longer. So do this. Take the free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic, because the doctors there for 25 years have been using the latest science to be proactive, to see early indicators of something that takes most of us out of the game, like heart disease or diabetes or cancer. And they also look for other indicators of how you are aging, and they stop it, slow it, reverse it, whatever they can do to give you a longer life. Because, again, on Thursdays, you're gathered around that table and you're being thankful and grateful, and you would like to have more of these. Take the free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com. longevitymedicalclinic.com.
Hi, I'm Justin Shirley. We offer 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for 24 months on new roofs. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF now. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family is banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Washington is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Hey, it's Jason Rantz. Our local tax expert Greg Nunn wants taxpayers to know the IRS is now going after older cases very aggressively. If you received Form CP-504 from the IRS, do not ignore it. Be proactive and resolve your situation with Greg Nunn, N-U-N-N, None Better Tax Resolution.
I'm Macy House with Baird Global Investment Banking. In today's markets, global financial capabilities aren't worth much without personal attention to your priorities. Baird Banking, Research, and Private Equity professionals are located across 3 continents, sharing more than investment expertise. As employee owners of our firm, we all have a personal stake in your success, here in the Pacific Northwest and around the world. Discover the Baird difference. Visit rwbaird.com/Seattle.
The holidays are here and we all want to celebrate in style, but sometimes stubborn fat and loose skin keeps us from looking and feeling our best. Stacey Ross here. Imagine a simple one-day solution. Introducing ProSculpt, the treatment everyone is talking about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe, gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant fat-reducing and skin-tightening results, performed by board-certified plastic surgeons while you're fully awake. ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. It's designed to target problem areas, your waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. Avoid wasting time and money on gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwanted fat, tightens loose skin with FDA-cleared plasma technology, all in a simple guaranteed one-day procedure. Celebrate the holidays and get yourself a gift with a free consultation and get $250 off. Schedule at ProSculpt.com for powerful permanent fat removal and skin tightening. It's ProSculpt.com.
A 15-year-old girl who chewed through a rope to escape a serial killer.
I used my front teeth to saw on the rope in my mouth.
The killer prowled the Pacific Northwest in the early 70s. He's been convicted of murdering 2 young women, but suspected of many more.
Maybe there's another one in that area.
Follow and binge all episodes of Stolen Voices of Dole Valley, available now wherever you listen.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
It's amazing how many people, get some celebrity or something and said, yeah, I think I'm going to run for president. Remember Howard Schultz kicked that idea around? Maybe I'll run for, I don't know. A lot of my friends tell me I should run for president. People get bored and do that. The Shamal guy. Shamal?
ShamWow. Come on, ShamWow. Remember these?
Never seen it.
The ShamWow infomercials?
You mean this one right here? Oh, hang on. You mean ShamWow? You mean this one right here?
Hi, it's Vince with ShamWow. You'll be saying wow every time you use this towel. It's like a chamois, it's like a towel, it's like a sponge. A regular towel doesn't work wet. This works wet or dry. This is for the house, the car, the boat, the RV. ShamWow holds 20 times its weight in liquid. Look at this. It just does the work. Why do you want to work twice as hard? Doesn't drip. Doesn't make a mess. Wring it out. You wash it in the washing machine. Made in Germany. The Germans always make good stuff. You can cut it in half. Use one as a bath mat. Drain your dishes with the other one. Use one as a towel. Olympic dive.
How big are these things?
They're
a bath big. Mat and then a towel and then, wrap a dog up in one.
They use it as a towel. Look at that. Completely dry. Put a wet sweater, roll it up. It dries your sweaters. See what I'm telling you? ShamWow. You'll be saying wow every time.
Okay.
You
obviously
never
did
saw
what?
These?
No.
Come on.
It was he started this thing. He got these. He used to sell them at flea markets. Well, anyway, he's running for. He's decided now he's going to run for Congress. Then he does a. Is this the parody? Oh, he's now running for Congress.
So bad.
Is this his campaign ad?
No, this is just what he did a couple of weeks ago. But I think he got some traction. Apparently, this video went viral, so he figures he can kind of ride that
run for Congress in Texas
wave. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't get any better.
No, good. Fine, thank you. Spare me. All right. Let's see. The Seattle's next mayor is willing to meet with anyone, including Trump. I got news for you. He's not going to call you. he wants New York because he's from New York and Mandani's in New York and all the power's in New York. He's not going to bring the mayor of Seattle in.
He brought Brandy Cruz in.
Yeah, but Brandy came in with a whole bunch of people, and that was all about, ICE and Antifa and stuff like that.
I agree.
The mayor, soon to be our mayor, Katie Wilson, she's getting together a bunch of people, some from the right, some from the left. Seems like pretty good people, but there's one particular person that she's got in there that I have enjoyed listening to. And she has a big plan for you rich people. Because, let's face it, you just have too much money. Here, speaking of somebody with too much money, here's Nate checking traffic. Nate,
oh, yeah. WashDOT just cleared our long-term collision on Highway 2 east of the Summit at milepost 72, but there are big backups and traffic is just barely moving up there. We have winter conditions. Traction tires are advised. Chains required on vehicles over 10,000 gross vehicle weight, and oversized vehicles are prohibited. Seattle to Everett and Bellevue to Everett have both climbed a bit to an hour, 20-minute commutes. I-5 still heavy from 520 through Linwood. 405 is heavy from Kirkland in through Alderwood, but Southeast 8th, we have a new collision in the HOV lane adding to this. Now, South 5 into Seattle, you're bumper to bumper from Northgate to the West Seattle Bridge. Linwood to Seattle, hour 5 minutes. Southbound 99 is heavy from Green Lake all the way to East Marginal Way. Our Lake Bridges are doing all right. Bellevue to Seattle, 25 minutes on I-90 and 520, and it's an hour 15 minutes now from Tacoma to Olympia. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, I saw an article today in the Wall Street Journal. Put your house on the market. You better price it right. You better price it right. So you better get a realtor that knows exactly what the comps are going to be and how to get that house of yours at the right price to get people to come in there and take a look at it, because the housing market has been sort of dormant for a while. But so interest rates have dropped, and that's where Mike Novak comes in. He's got the know-how, he's got the experience, and he's going to put his money where his mouth is. Novak says, listen, I sell your house in 21 days. If not, you don't pay me a commission. And that means he's going to be out money. Novak spends about 70 times more than the average agent when it comes to making sure that your house gets seen and shown and then sold. He sells more houses than anyone else because he just knows how to do it, and he hustles. He really, really hustles. So a bunch of houses coming up on the market, and that means you're competing against everybody else that's got a similar house. Well, how's the advantage come in for you? That's because you've got Mike Novak. You've got the Novak team working for you. MeetTheNovaks.com. Go online, check them out. MeetTheNovaks.com. I'll spell Novak for you. Novak. That's MeetTheNovaks.com.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM, powered by mynorthwest.com.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with zero investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Bonneville International radio station contests are open to participants 18 years of age or older that are residents of Washington State unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win unless the station otherwise specifies at its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 60 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. Full general contest rules are available on mynorthwest.com or in person at the station during regular business hours.
Join in on the conversation by sending a text to 888-973-5476. That's 888-973-KIRO.
One day, the words on the page blur. You hold the menu a little farther away. It's subtle until it's not. At Near and Far Vision Partners, we help you see clearly, near, far, and in between. Expert surgeons, advanced technology, sharper focus for every moment. Schedule your complimentary consultation at nearandfarvision.com or call 425-900-2414. Near and Far Vision Partners in Bothell.
The real estate market is picking up and you want to sell with the best. You need to work with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he'll sell it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell it for you. Meet the Novaks Novaks.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Stacey Lynn. President Trump says he's hopeful for a possible end to the war in Ukraine soon, and Ukrainian President Zelensky agrees.
I'm ready to meet with President Trump, and there are sensitive points to discuss. We have them still, and we think that the presence of European leaders could be helpful.
CBS's Erica Brown reports officials are fine-tuning the deal.
President Trump said that his original 28-point plan had been fine-tuned. That, of course, comes after it received some criticism from European officials and even some lawmakers here in Washington, pushing back on some of the concessions that Ukraine would be forced to make, including cutting the size of its military and abandoning efforts to join NATO.
President Trump says Special Envoy Steve Witkoff will meet with Russian President Putin in Moscow next week. If you're heading out for the holiday, you need to fill up your car.
Most of this week's estimated 82 million travelers are expected to drive.
We're at $3.05 per gallon as a national average.
AAA spokesman Robert Sinclair Jr. calls $3 the pain threshold. That is, the point where people start considering alternatives to driving. But the Auto Club's Thanksgiving survey shows that is not expected to be a problem this year.
With 90% of those who are taking a Thanksgiving trip driving to their destination.
Peter King, CBS News.
The search for a missing high school football coach in Virginia has ramped up, and Travis Turner is now facing child pornography charges. CBS's Anna Schechter is following the case.
Local police have deployed drones and canines, but 5 days into their search, they say their top priority is locating Turner alive and safe.
Turner spent more than a decade coaching at Union High School in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. In St. Paul, Minnesota, protesters clash with federal immigration agents carrying out raids in a neighborhood. The FBI is investigating 6 Democratic members of Congress whom President Trump accused of seditious behavior after the group appeared in a video last week that called on service members and members of the intelligence community to refuse illegal orders. CBS's Nicole Skenga.
There is no federal crime called seditious behavior. The phrase has really no legal meaning. The closest federal statute, seditious conspiracy 18 U.S. Code 2384, requires use of force or a conspiracy to levy war against the United States.
In the video, they explained why they're concerned with possible presidential orders that they believe go way beyond presidential powers. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Coming up, relief for airlines at SeaTac airports. That's after Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Boy, we wish we could get some relief out on the roads, but it's still packed. Northbound 405 in Bellevue approaching Southeast 8. The collision takes up 2 left lanes now. And then right up the road at 520, we've got a separate collision blocking the left lane of the off-ramp to 520. Bellevue to Everett, an hour and 20 minutes. Seattle to Everett still hanging on at an hour 20 minutes as well. You're bumper to bumper from 520 into Mount Lake Terrace. Now, from there, you're going to thin out just a bit, but it's still slow all the way through North Linwood, almost into South Everett. Everett to Marysville, up to a half hour. You're solid from State Route 526 to 528 in Marysville. Everett to Seattle, hour 15. Little slowing in South Everett, again in Linwood, and then you're just barely moving from Northgate into downtown. Southbound 99, a great option, but it is heavy from the zoo all the way down to onto East Marginal Way. If you're heading out toward Gig Harbor, westbound 16 is packed from Mid-Span on the Narrows Bridge up to Pioneer Way. And Tacoma to Olympia, plan on an hour and 10 minutes. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Hey, good evening. I'm Aaron Granillo. Jet fuel is once again flowing from the Olympic pipeline to SeaTac airports. Airlines had been trucking in fuel while BP investigated a leak. Maddie Millam with the Consumer Energy Alliance telling KIRO 7 TV.
When any kind of fuel operation goes wrong and you have to transport via truck, there is an actual dollar amount to that.
And she warns those costs will be passed down to the consumer. As for the leak, BP says it's impacting a second line that carries other types of fuel. Crews are still working on a fix. TSA predicting 18 million passengers nationwide will travel during this Thanksgiving holiday week. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey says that includes some 900,000 passengers at SeaTac.
Smooth sailing for now, but travelers like Cody not looking forward to Sunday, the projected busiest travel day this holiday at SeaTac.
The best thing is visiting family and friends.
For drivers, a record number on the roads. I-5 North from Seattle to Bellingham will be the most congested highway in the state this week. At SeaTac, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
WashDOT is blaming a contractor for the 18-month delay on the 405 widening project between Bellevue and Renton. Program Administrator Lisa Hutchinson.
We're seeing that, we've missed some key milestones, and the progression of that construction is just not going as quickly as we thought it would.
It was supposed to be done this year. Now it won't finish until summer 2027. WashDOT is suing the contractor. We've reached out to that company, have not yet heard back. It's official now. A new executive is in charge of King County.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
of King County Executive.
Gurmai Zahalai sworn in today, vowing to tackle the issues he ran on, like affordability, homelessness, transportation.
I know we will face the next set of challenges the same way we faced the last set. Side by side.
Zahalai takes over for interim executive Shannon Braddock. She replaced Dow Constantine earlier this year. Weather now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We'll see mountain pass snow continuing through tonight. Overall drier for tomorrow, though the passes could still stay slippery. Showers and mountain mix on Thanksgiving Day. Right now, 44 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
John, think fun.
Yes.
Not funny.
Thank you, Greg.
Think fun.
Yeah.
Not funny. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Jim Dever taking me back to a horrible moment in my life. Big Five. Yeah, that guy.
Good old days.
Oh. Here's a quick story on that. We used to finish the show, put it to bed. Daryl calls me up. Don't watch the show tonight. Why? Because so-and-so, such and such went in and edited out all the stuff that he didn't understand. Like, I used to do this stupid thing. I go, I messed up. Because we should try to shoot the show in one take. No, leave mistakes in. And then if I messed something up, said, that's happening on Tuesday. And then I'd come back to the commercial break and said, did I say Tuesday? I meant Thursday. That's Daryl's fault. Where's my invisible whip? And I'd look around for my invisible whip. And I go, where's my invisible whip? Daryl would go, oh, no. And I go, here it is. And then I'd whip him with my invisible whip. whoops, right? And Daryl would scream out in pain. Well, this guy, who went down and he's in there, he's in the editing room. He goes, why does he have to look for an invisible whip? Like, how do you misplace an invisible whip? And Daryl's like, well, it's kind of a thing that we do. Yeah, cut all that out. So, like, there are giant jump cuts in the thing. Ugh. So Daryl says, don't watch it. I go, of course I watch. I'm like, what the? And then I had to go up there and then I let the guy know that don't S with my S.
At which point he told you, fun.
Pack your bag. Yeah. Think fun, not funny. Yeah. Okay. Think unemployed. All right. So Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson, who I endorsed.
Yep.
If you like socialism, let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can make it work without murdering 100 million people. That was the caveat. I think they didn't put that on the bottom of the website when my picture was up endorsing her. No. And then Ursula accuses me of giving Katie Wilson the 2,000 votes that she needed in order to beat Bruce Harrell.
Might
Whatever.
Be some truth to that.
No way. No one listens to this show, period.
Well,
next sentence. Oh. No one listens to this show and then goes, oh, Curley is telling me to vote for Katie Wilson. I'm going to vote for her. The people that voted for Katie Wilson don't listen to this show.
I don't think that your endorsement caused anybody to vote for her. However, I think when we had her on, you introduced her to an audience who might only have ever heard of her through like a caricature or something like, crazy socialist. Okay. So they got to see her human side, which, some people, that's how they vote. Like, I like this person, I'm going to vote for him.
Right. So would the people that are taking a shot at me, would they want me to bring her on and kind of rough her up a a little bit and, ask her tough questions? And
I don't think anybody's taking a shot at you. Who cares? Who cares?
I don't care. I don't care. All right. So the Katie Wilson says, yeah, I will go see Trump if Trump wants me to go there. She says, I'll talk to anybody. Good. That's great. That's great. Just watch out. She's getting her team together, and it looks like she's got some pretty good people on there. And then she has some other folks on there because she wants to get both sides, right? Like Abraham Lincoln and the cabinet that he put together. So she's going to have some people that are going to be, diametrically opposed to one another with some of their political points and what they feel the function of government is. I'm basically a fill the pothole, put out the fire, and arrest the bad guy kind of guy when it comes to government. All these other social problems cannot be solved by the government. But, hey, let's see how a socialist does with all of these deep-rooted, I believe, cultural problems, but not necessarily societal problems that the government can step in, take the money from one group and give it to another. So there's a Tiffany McCoy, who I'd love to have on. She's the executive director of the House Our Neighbors, and she's now part of Katie Wilson's transition team. So I watched, she was being interviewed by somebody, this gal who was not in the state of Washington. And you have to understand that the Seattle voters approved the social housing tax in February of 2025 to impose a 5% tax on individual employee compensation exceeding $1 million, effective January 1st, 2025. The tax is a payroll expense tax on business with Seattle-based employees who earn more than $1 million annually, with funds dedicated to the development, maintenance, and building basically public housing. So they were talking about this, the drafting of 1A, it was known as 1A, taxing employers who pay their employees in excess of $1 million. Here is this Tiffany McCoy, who's now working with Katie Wilson.
We also, when we were drafting the Proposition 1A, we set it at $1 million in total compensation, period. We did not tie it to inflation.
So if they tied it to inflation, then as inflation moved up, the number keep going up. But if you don't tie it to inflation, then the person all of a sudden gets caught into the $1 million trap, right? Because they just make it nice and easy. So it's just straight million. So in 5 years from now, with inflation, whatever being, you're going to capture more people, because the $1 million will not be worth $1 million. Inflation eating away at 2 or 3 or 4% a year. There's less value. But anyway, so they just said million, not tied to inflation, make it much easier.
So even in 10 years, even though $1 million in 10 years is going to be different than $1 million now, it's still $1 million. It's still more than the vast majority of Seattleites will ever experience. So we didn't want to tie that to inflation because we want to tax the wealthiest businesses. And again, because these are businesses, these aren't individuals that
Oh, my God. Can you tax the floor? Can you tax the wall? Can you tax a desk? A business doesn't pay taxes. People pay taxes. Not businesses, people. It has to come from somewhere.
We're taxing. So we couldn't necessarily do the ratio. I mean, it's such great comms. It's such great imagery, but that was going to be tricky territory for us because it was about actually going after individuals as opposed to the company employer payroll tax. Okay. So we needed to be creative in our legal laws here, and that's where we just like excess compensation. I think everyone can agree if you're making over $1 million a year, that's excess, and that excess compensation that your employer has the ability to pay should go into funding housing as a public good.
Excess. Who determines what's excess? Like, we've decided because $1 million sounds like a good number. Anything over $1 million because $1 million's excess. What do you mean excess? I mean, if the person is, let's say, first of all, let's imagine that they earned it because then the guy comes in, right? Let's go sports or anything else because sports is great because it's actually a meritocracy. And the guy has a skill, and the person's like, hey, I'll give you $700,000. The guy's like, yeah, I'm better than that. He goes somewhere else. We'll give you $1 million to throw a ball or whatever you're going to do, whatever your skill is, the marketable skill that someone's willing to pay for. I'll give you $1 million. I'll give you $1.5 million. So the guy gets $1.5 million, right? So he gets $1.5 million. The government takes 40%, and then the rest of it comes out, and then the number goes all the way down, whatever his net is. If he's got kids, he's going to throw the mortgage in there. So when you dribble it all down, and he maybe ends up out of $1 million, then maybe he's got like $680,000 left over. That's after tax, right? But excess, they like $1 million because they assume $1 million is like way too much money. Like, ugh. Okay, so let's say the guy's got $650,000 net, right? Let's say he's got $1 million house. Put down 20% mortgage. He's got like 5%. So he's like, maybe save $5,000 a month mortgage on the thing. Plus, don't forget the tax on his property is going to be close to $13,000 a year. So he's got included that in there. Maybe his kid's going to UW, right? Or maybe he's going to Harvard or some other great school. He's paying $80,000. He got two kids, $160,000. Plus, he's got a car, right? The car's $700,000. Plus, the interest is so high on the thing. So let's say, hey, is he still a millionaire? Oh, it'll be excess. This is such a childish view of money. It's such a childish, immature view of how the market works. If you're good at what you do and someone's willing to pay you because you're going to do something that somebody else can't do, you're going to get more money than somebody else. So then her little co-host friend jumps in with this one.
But in this case, you're taxing the corporation, and you're saying...
No, you're not. You don't tax a corporation. You're taxing people.
The company, if they pay anybody more than...
Listen to this theory. She's basically saying, so the corporation... Maybe the corporation won't pay that guy or gal the $1 million because they don't want to pay the tax. So
$1 million, they're paying a tax of 10 or 5% on that excess. So that actually makes it in the company's interest to pay people less or to pay the tax and build that into their strategy.
All right. Okay. So what she's saying is to avoid having to pay the quote unquote excess, what they'll do is they'll pay everyone else that a little more. Why? Why would they do that? You know, which brings me to like two very different people, both CEOs. One guy named Brian Cornell, who in 2014 got the CEO job at Target. And at that point, you could buy Target stock, and it was doing pretty well. In fact, they compensated Mr. Cornell in 2020, $77 million because he was getting a package, which was his base pay, but then he got paid stock on top, how well stock did. So in 2020, he was making $77 million, Brian was. The stock has tanked. It's fallen 64% off of its high. And now Brian Cornell is making $9 million. So he went from $77 million down to $9 million. Why? Because he was tied to the stock. And the stock bombed because Target did a whole bunch of stupid stuff. So now here he is, like looking at what, 48%, whatever the drop is on how much money he was making. So I looked up to see his house and so he buys the house or buys what he buys, making $77 million. He's like, oh my God, look at the size of the pay cut he takes from 77 down to $9 million. Brian in there running Target. They've got a new guy in there. So now look at the guy from Walmart. So Doug McMillan, I think is say his name. He started at Walmart in stocking the place when he was in high school, and then he went to college. But he grew up there in that town. He worked at Walmart. Then he came back, and he was doing some customer service, working at Walmart, works his way up. He gets a master's degree in business. And this guy gets hired the same time as the other guy at Target. And at the time when Doug McMillan took over, you could buy Walmart stock for $29 a share. It's now at 107. It has quadrupled. That's a 300% gain. And because of that, they paid Doug McMillan a hell of a lot of money because the stock did really well. Now, here's for Tiffany McCoy and her friend there. Who benefits from the Walmart stock going from $29 to $107, a 300% increase in stock? Who benefits? Other than Doug McMillan, who got paid money because he was successful at what he did. What he basically did to Walmart was, hey, we're getting our asses kicked by Amazon. We have got to get in to the digital world. We better start delivering product the same way Amazon does. So he completely revamps Walmart, absolutely revamps it, and comes up with something that has a quadruple in value with a 300% increase. Now, here's who benefits, Miss McCoy. Public pension employees, teachers, garbage men, police officers, the hardworking folks that you feel are getting screwed over by the rich guy getting the excessive $1 million. Because of the work of this guy at Walmart who had the stock blow up big, and yes, they paid him for it because he was tied to the stock. So yeah, he retires, he left. And by the way, when he announced his retirement, the stock took a big dump on the floor because people are like, oh my God, not that guy. We can't lose him. Why? Because he's good at what he does, and we pay him for what he does, and look how well he's done for us. So if you're one of BlackRock or Fidelity that buys that stock and puts it in pension programs for employees in various public pensions around the United States, they're loving it because that's their retirement. That's the stock. That's where the money came from, because this guy did a really damn good job of turning Walmart around and saving everybody and saving jobs and increasing the size of Walmart. So he got paid well, but you would see that as excessive. He earned it. The weirdest part of anybody, I don't know if she's a socialist like Katie is the whole idea of earning it. It's not your GD money. You did not earn it. You don't have a right to it. And because it's $1 million, it makes you feel good to take a piece of it, right? But what part of my hard work is your fair share? That's a great quote from Thomas Sowell. You have no right to take it. The government takes a piece of it or whatever. But these people have this idea, and of course the people of Seattle think it's a great idea to tax the millionaire and then build homes, inefficiently build homes or affordable housing, whatever else. I got news for you. These people are not going to stick around. I heard from my friend Scott today. He's moving, going to Arizona. I think it's in a couple of weeks. He's just done. He'll leave. Other people leave. They'll leave. They won't be there. They're not going to sit there and allow you to take your fair share of their hard work. Again, it is a childish view of how money works and how the market works. If you do well at a job and it's a marketable skill and the market pays you, and if you're not getting paid what you deserve there, you go and you shop your skills somewhere else and somebody will pay you for it. And these people have no right to take it. Although the people of Seattle voted yes, it's okay for the 5%. Well, I've got news for you. Anybody that voted for the social housing tax, the golden goose has wings, and they'll just fly away and go somewhere else where they don't see their work as being excessive and being the right of somebody else to take it from them. All right?
Learn some economics.
Exactly, you Morons. All right, here's Nate in traffic. Nathan?
Yep, Kia of Everett's got the busy update in Bellevue, North 405, approaching Southeast 8th. We've got this collision taking up 2 left lanes. And then up at 520, a collision blocks the left lane of the off-ramp to 520. Bellevue to Everett will take an hour, 15 minutes, with more backups all the way into Alderwood. Seattle to Everett has gone up to hour 25. We're packed from downtown Seattle through North Linwood. Coming the other way, Everett to Seattle, hour 15. We're slow through South Everett, starting at 526. We've cleared out in Linwood, and then you're just barely moving, starting at Northgate Way all the way down to I-90. North 5 heavy approaching the West Seattle Bridge in the downtown. Bellevue to Renton plan on 40 minutes. It's bumper to bumper, starting at Northeast 70th in Kirkland, down to 112th in Newcastle. In Federal Way, westbound 18 and Warehouser Way, we've got a new crash in the left lane, and we're struggling now in both directions of State Route 512. Eastbound is packed from I-5 out to Canyon Road, and westbound 512 is thick from Meridian to Canyon Road. From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, be ready this winter with amazing pricing and financing. Now is the time to buy at Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Wishing you and yours a happy Thanksgiving from KIRO News Radio.
This is Sully, and one thing I'm really thankful for is the hard-working members of the incident response team from WashDOT. They bust their butts every day to clear the roads, and they never get the respect that's due. Put some love on them. I'm thankful for you guys. Have the best of Thanksgiving with all our love from the KIRO Traffic Desk.
Happy Thanksgiving from KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Save up to 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. With great deals on heating and cooling, backup generators, ductless heat pumps, and more, now is the best time to buy. Plus, with 12-month interest-free financing, investing in your home comfort has never been easier or more affordable. Trust the team at Bob's Heating to keep your home warm and cozy during the chilly season. Your family's comfort is our family business.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Time is running out to save 20% during the Bob's Heating preseason furnace sale. Now through the end of the month, save big on home comfort systems, generators, water heaters, and more. Plus, take advantage of 12-month interest-free financing and get your home winter ready before the chilly season starts. Trust the team voted best in the Pacific Northwest to be your dedicated home comfort company. Call Bob's today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
The Pacific Northwest is the perfect backdrop for the holiday season. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law reminds us that the roadways don't always agree.
It's that combination of additional travel, changes in routine, and winter weather that make this the most dangerous time of the year to be behind the wheel.
Any safety tips to help commuters keep the holidays joyful?
The number one cause of accidents remains distracted driving, even during the holidays. So store that cell phone in a place that eliminates temptation. It's imperative we set the example for our teens. Also, be aware of abrupt changes in the weather and prepare for it. Sometimes it's as simple as allowing additional distance for following or stopping. Lastly, make sure your vehicle is properly maintained for winter.
That includes four-wheel drive and chains when required at the pass. Please follow these safety precautions from my good friends at Pendergast Law and keep you and your neighbors safe this holiday season.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pendergast Law.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
I had pain. I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes. had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
At Bank of America, we asked our teammates, what makes this company a great place to work?
There's very little that you can't accomplish working for Bank of America.
If you prove yourself, you can try over in a totally new way.
You can learn so much here. You're the owner of your career.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Granillo. Snow continuing to pile up at this hour on the mountain passes on this busy travel day. Matthew Cullen with the National Weather Service in Seattle on how much could accumulate.
On the order of about 8 inches of snow is the expectation, and that's all the way through today and through the early part of tomorrow morning. We do have that winter weather advisory in effect.
Earlier today, a head-on crash shut down a stretch of Highway 2 near Stevens Pass summits. Meantime, freezing rain is still possible on the passes later tonight. Winter weather advisory ends at 4 a.m. State leaders are suing the Trump administration over funding cuts for permanent housing programs.
I'm Heather Bosch.
Lives are literally at risk by this decision.
Washington State Attorney General Nick Brown talking about changes in rules to receive federal funding for homeless programs. The feds are providing less money for permanent housing. Shelter residents will need to meet new work, treatment, and other requirements. Shelters must recognize only 2 genders. Washington is among 20 states suing to stop the changes. The Trump administration says it wants to restore accountability and self-sufficiency.
Another federal lawsuit accuses oil giants of hiding what they knew about climate change, and that as a result, homeowners' insurance premiums spiked here in Washington and across the country. More from KIRO News Radio's Frank Lenzi.
KIRO 7 TV reports the proposed class action claims oil companies engaged in a long-running campaign to obscure what they knew internally about the consequences of burning fossil fuels, and that, the plaintiffs argue, delayed the transition to clean energy and contributed to extreme weather that forced insurers to raise rates. The plaintiffs aren't asking for restrictions on fossil fuels, just compensation for those higher premiums. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
An invasive species of crab is spreading in Washington. Researchers at UW say they recently trapped 12 European green crabs along Skagit Bay near Deception Pass. The crabs, they say, threaten shellfish and ecosystems, and officials say detections are rising statewide. This was the first time they showed up along Skagit Bay. At 5:32 now, we head to the real-time traffic desk with Nate Connors.
Thanks, Aaron. It is so busy out there. Out in Redmond, we have a number of listeners who have texted in recently to let us know about a closure on Novelty Hill Road between 195th and 208th Avenues. Power's out in the area as well, so it's possible we've got a downed tree out there. In Bellevue, North 405, approaching Southeast 8th, we have a collision still taking up 2 left lanes. Further up the road at 520, a collision still blocks the left lane of the off-ramp to 520. Bellevue to Everett, an hour 15. Seattle to Everett, still an hour 25. 7. It is packed from downtown Seattle all the way through North Linwood. Everett to Seattle still just around an hour 15. We're slow in South Everett starting at 526. Pretty much cleared out in Linwood, and then it is just solid from Northgate all the way down to I-90. Bellevue to Renton, plan on 40 minutes. Federal Way, we've got this collision westbound 18, a Warehouser in the left lane. And Tacoma to Olympia, an hour and 15-minute commute. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Thank you, Nate. Your forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Mountain snow continuing tonight. Again, the weather advisory ending at 4 tomorrow morning. Other than that, we'll see some lowland rain. Overall drier tomorrow, but showers arrive again tomorrow night and continue into Thanksgiving. Right now, 45 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, Teeny. Spin the magic wheel, the Wilcox Family Farm Eggs recipe wheel. The names of all the players are on the wheel. Everyone leans in a little closer to be able to see who it lands on. And again, the kaleidoscope of colors. And it stops on Joe.
Oh, come on.
You want to spin it again?
Yes, please.
Spin one more time, Teeny. If it's shorter, spin. And stop it right there with your foot.
Ooh.
Joe, lands on you again.
You know what I like? I can't tell you how to make it, but Aaron told me about it once.
Oh, yeah.
It's called an egg in a hole.
Oh.
Or I think some people call it the one-eyed Egyptian for some reason.
Yeah, lots of names for that one.
Yeah, you cut a hole in a piece of bread and you crack the egg in it, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you kind of
yeah.
cook it in there or something and just...
One-eyed Jack.
There you go.
Oh,
name for it.
Oh, it's all there. So, again, the great thing about the cookbook, leather bound, is you can just turn to the index and it'll say one-eyed Jack, C, one-eyed Egyptian.
Right.
It's got them all listed there, so they're all going to be there for you.
So
all right, Walter Kearns, who used to do Spy Magazine, he's written a number of books. He also wrote Up. Was that the movie with the balloons?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the screenwriter for that.
Really?
He's got a great podcast that he does with Matt Taibbi. Anyway, he was on with Megyn Kelly, and they were talking about UFOs, or now known as UAPs. And Walter tells Kelly he believes there's a cover-up.
I am convinced that this isn't a psyop, that this isn't...
By the way, Walter Kearns is not a nut.
No.
Very
not
smart
at all.
guy, great writer. And so this is not like some crazy guy that's, walking around in his pajamas all day. Hang on.
What conspiracy theorists call Project Blue Beam, an attempt to dazzle us all with a false god that will bring us all under, slavery of some sort of world government. I think that very rarely, but somewhat commonly over the years, going back through human history, we have been visited by beings of other types. It's a big universe, one we barely understand. We're very young.
Okay. And then he says that Donald Trump is going to tell everybody.
I can promise you this. We're going to learn more about this. And in the same interview, he tells you that Donald Trump knows a lot about it.
The same interview is an Air Force, now retired Air Force, I forget his position or his rank. He basically said, yes, I've seen the craft. I've seen whatever the organism is through seeing all this biological, right? And that Trump is aware of it too. So
can I add a quick little piece of context? There's a movie, and we talked about it a few weeks ago, that just came out a couple of days ago. It's called Age of Disclosure. It's on Amazon Prime. This guy that Kern is referring to is heavily featured in that, along with a bunch of other former government officials, and they're all essentially saying the same thing.
That's my information too. If you know anything about Donald Trump, he can't. He will not avoid bragging about what he knows before he. So I expect him to be the president who tells us what we haven't heard. They've recovered craft that have crashed. Some of those craft have fought each other. In other words, people say, how could they crash? They come across the universe. Well, we're not so sure they'd come all that far, frankly. We're not so sure they don't have places nearby to come visit.
Okay. And then he describes the alien occasioned their interest in Earth and how we'll find them. And he's optimistic that we'll survive.
They're a little bit like gardeners from the descriptions of the people I've had as sources. They check on the garden every once in a while, but they have their own business. They have their own family fights. They have their own voyages. Now, what he's talking about are actual bodies on the ground. I imagine there's going to be a day where you're going to sit down in front of your television and people who you trust, scientists.
Or radio.
He'll mention it.
Politicians, ones who don't necessarily agree with each other on everything, but do agree on something like the truth, will bring forward the evidence. You will be convinced. It will not rock your world if you're a religious person. You can handle it. If you've read the Bible, there are all sorts of creatures in there who aren't explained. If you believe that these are a demonic presence, I don't think they are any more than certain animals are. But, there was a time when we thought we were alone in the universe almost as a planet, that the sun revolved around us and so on. But we survived the revelation that it was the other way around. We'll survive this. It'll be interesting. Kids will be more interested in science. I think our universe will light up for us again.
That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah.
And when's the announcement going to be made, you ask?
They've kept it to themselves for, I think, obvious reasons. And I spoke to someone just recently. I said, how should they first disclose this? And he said, they should take the craft that they've reverse engineered that have capacities that you and I don't know about and fly them over Phoenix.
They made a joke about the Phoenix Lights famous sighting.
Oh, yeah. And then finally, this is the UFO Task Force Special Advisor, David Croce on Fox News. Here we go. Final cut here.
Can we just cut it down to, you believe that we have encountered alien beings and that they've come to Earth and that we know about it as a U.S. government?
I don't like to characterize necessarily where they came from. They're definitely some kind of non-human sentience, but it is true, believe it or not, we've recovered the vehicles and we actually have physical proof, and I was actually partially cleared into some of those activities. It was beyond oral testimony provided to me. I actually had partial access to the data and actually read the intelligence reports resulting from those programs.
Like,
and
with your own eyes,
Correct.
you saw it.
Yes.
That'd be good.
And that's who Kern's talking about.
Right. That'd be good for news.
That'd be great for us. I believe.
Okay, here's the question. If aliens have come or are coming and plan on coming back, this is what everybody wants to know, will management open up the chat line on the YouTube?
Oh, how could they not? I mean, what a perfect time to do it, too.
The ultimate conspiracy.
Yes.
Right. Carl Gardner comes back on.
I
heard you loud and clear.
I feel like the reason you and I were put together was to cover the revelation that aliens have visited us and continue to.
That's really that's your quantum physics and all this.
That's it.
I heard a
Enough
guy
of this politics.
Right. Yeah. And then like a Joe get an interview with one of these aliens.
You know I could do it.
Right.
No problem.
Yeah. I hear you working the angles on the stuff. Yeah. Just somebody I met over the weekend. This is kind of crazy. I was at this raising money for Sula, which is it's like the Humane Society, but it's started by a mother and their daughter there, and they've got 300 puppies and dogs there in Puerto Vallarta. It's a great organization. This guy comes up to me and goes, "How do you spell your name?" I said, "Curley." Me too, Curley. What's your John Curley's well? And are you really Galway? Where'd they come from? No, they're from Bundoran or wherever they're from. So family not related. And then he talked to me more about different stuff. And I said, where'd your father come in from and stuff? Get this. He said to me, my dad worked and was in Hawaii when Pearl Harbor was struck. He said, did you see that movie where, I guess it was Pearl Harbor is the name of the movie,
right.
in 2000?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. He said, remember that scene where the woman is outside, it's like 8:30 in the morning or something, and she's hanging up towels or something on the clothesline? I said, yeah. And the plane flies over, the Japanese Zeros fly over. And you see her turn and look, right? And then she runs into the house and tells her husband. He goes, that was my mom. My mom was the woman that was hanging up the clothes on that line.
That the movie was based on.
Apparently there was this scene and somehow somebody got it. It's like, wow. Now, either that's true where that guy joins a long list of other Curleys that just make crap up. It was like, and he told me all about his dad, and I was like, so his father then was there, and then his dad went to work on the atomic bomb, and it's like, God, fascinating guy named Curley.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely alien.
Okay, fine. It was very tan for an Irishman. All right, checking traffic with Nathan.
Everett to Marysville, still a half-hour drive. It is packed from 526 up to 529. And northbound 529 across the Snohomish River is also packed between Everett and Marysville. In Bellevue, North 405, approaching Southeast 8th, we still have this collision taking up 2 left lanes. And up at 520, we still have our collision blocking the left lane of the off-ramp to 520. Bellevue to Everett is a solid hour now. Your backup actually starts in Factoria and continues all the way into Alderwood. Seattle to Everett, hour 20. You're packed from downtown Seattle through North Linwood, almost into South Everett now. Everett to Seattle, an hour, 10 minutes. We've got this back up in South Everett starting at 526. We've cleared out Linwood, but then you're just barely moving from Northgate to I-90. Seattle to Federal Way is at 45 minutes. You're slow to MLK Junior Way to 516. Renton to Puyallup was a 45-minute drive. And Tacoma to Olympia, an hour, 10 minutes. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
All right, let's just take better care of ourselves. You know, New Year's hasn't quite hit yet, but you have a New Year's resolution you can make right now. Because you want to be around as long as you possibly can. Because if a doctor said to you, well, the test came back and you only have 6 months to live or a year to live, you'd be like, oh my God, I have so much more stuff I want to do. I've got all these plans. I want to see my kids. I want to be able to travel. All of a sudden, if you had a time limit on your life, you'd start to realize how fragile it is and how valuable your time is. But people don't like to think that way. But maybe you would be able to think, gosh, if I wanted to extend my life, I wanted to work with doctors that have been in the business for 25 years, trying to extend people's lives, giving them longevity, you would sign up for the free health analysis at Longevity Medical Clinic. I became a patient in 2009. I can tell you, every 4 times a year, they look at every single indicator of how I'm aging, and we make small little incremental changes to make sure that I'm around as long as possible. It's really that simple. You just want more life. Start by taking the free health analysis at longevitymedicalclinic.com, longevitymedicalclinic.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
This weekend only, the magic of the season comes alive at Mary Bridge Children's Festival of Trees. The University of Puget Sound Tennis Pavilion transforms into a sparkling winter wonderland. Snap a photo with Santa, shop for unique holiday gifts, and marvel at more than 25 beautifully decorated trees. Bring a teddy bear, Play-Doh, or a Matchbox card to brighten a child's hospital stay. Don't miss the holiday tradition that gives back. This weekend only. Visit festivalofTreesTacoma.org.
The stock market's on fire. AI stocks are performing at all-time levels. We hope you, like many of our investors, have taken advantage of it. A famous man once said, buy low, sell high. There's also $8 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines. Investors are either scared or they don't know where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares profit with our investors. We've been doing it for 19 years, averaging double-digit returns with 0 investor losses. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital and invest in our family of funds. From a 3-year investment with double-digit returns to only a 90-day commitment returning 7%. We also accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
For
over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And that keeps you gaming in the fast lane, even when the whole family's banking on bandwidth. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Hey, let's face it, a lot can change in 5 years. Kids grow taller, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi? It would stay reliable and the price would stay put. The Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
It's here, the Light the World giving machines at the Alderwood and South Hill malls. With a swipe of your credit card, donate a chicken, school supplies, meals, and more. Go to givingmachinewa.org.
Join KIRO Newsradio and Treehouse for the 37th annual Holiday Magic, providing holiday gifts and year-round support for children in foster care and youth statewide. Text MAGIC to 888-973-5476 to learn more.
Black Friday Comfort Sale is on now at Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 75%. Plus, enjoy 18 months 0% financing OAC. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Pendergast Law.
All right, here we go. I believe. Oh, we do. We've got time. Hudson, if you would please.
Truncated. I already put in the request.
Truncated, please.
Okay.
I remember. Are you crazy?
Nice.
We'll get to the letter today. First, take care of all the rest. Here we go.
Dennis in Seattle says, did somebody say crab legs? Yummy, I guess. Thank you, John, for mentioning Milton Friedman. Also, thank you, Home Comfort Alliance.
I love how totally random Dennis is. And he knows.
Yes.
He knows it. That's his thing.
It works for me.
Dennis in Arlington says, can you please tell me where the closest turkey store is? Yes. Sorry, Dennis. Where, oh, you're in Arlington. I'll look it up for you.
Put it on the website. 509 on the One-Eyed Egyptian. He says, or he or she, it's called an egg in the nest. The bread with the hole in it and a cracked egg in, and then you fry it all together. It's called an egg in the nest.
Eric in Edmond says, John, I'm leaving advanced hair right now. Great experience. 3,000 grafts done. Hopefully, no more bald spot. Good for you, Eric.
Yeah, look at that.
It's good for that. Look at that.
I told him your advanced spots are outperforming your natural spots.
That's right.
Let's see. Benny the tugboat expert says, I saw a bald eagle catch a salmon and fly away with it in Petersburg, Alaska. Plucked it right out of the water.
Okay, well, there's always one.
Yeah.
Greg in Las Vegas says, we'll do it live. I'll write it. We'll do it live. Thank you, Greg.
Christine Oregon says, where are you getting these true facts, i.e. Ben Franklin and the turkey versus the eagle? How do you know these are true?
Because it's written down on a piece of paper.
There you go.
253. I got a fake text, too, this weekend from Henry regarding golf. I wouldn't trust Henry. You want to go Molly all the way.
Barbara in the 425 says, Joe, I was doxxed, phone and photos, all family exposed. What to do? It's bad. I don't know. I'm going to look into Barbara. See
I'm not clicking on anything. We're just keeping it all about. She sent in a picture of herself making an 11-foot putt. Quite impressive.
Good. I'm going to read the next one.
Yes, I think it's long.
RC in Edmonds says, Almost Live had a great skit on the street walking lawyers of Aurora Avenue. Linwood got plenty of bad press as well. Great show as usual. Will John's brother be on for Thanksgiving fatality at the dinner table story?
I'll see if he never wants to be on, but we'll try to talk him into it. Carrie in Sedgwick says, Skagit County, I get gas for $3.49.
We had a bunch of people shouting out their cheap gas today.
Oh, okay, good.
Mike in Portland said, I heard that Trump was going to rescind the commutations for turkeys that Biden pardoned.
That's good. 253. Costco has turkeys for 99 cents a pound. Okay, everybody. And that's at the but you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
You want to go to the turkey store where they just
right.
specialize in turkeys.
In Arlington. Julie in Linwood said, is John going to tell the story of Aunt who rode the bus to join the family? She ended up doing a faceplant in her food and his dad's white dark meat quiz.
It's my grandfather. Everybody knows how it ends.
I don't.
Kate in 253, yes, and see you. My God, my dad just said, will you stop doing that story? It's not fair to her. It's not fair. There was other good qualities.
Heard it. Move on. Speaking of, Paul in Sammamish says, new segment set to the Talking Sports with Rye music, Talking Crabs with John. Oh.
We got off to a weird start. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Didn't we?
I think we're going to re-air that. So stick around.
Fine.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Thank you, Teeny. Well done.
This is from Clipsand Paul, and it's on a serious note. He says, seriously, guys, European green crabs are becoming a bigger problem down here in Willapa Bay and could be detrimental to the oyster production, one of the largest oyster-producing areas in the country. You take the green crab story seriously.
Okay, I don't know what else to say about that. Should have gone to put a big dumper on everything.
I know,
there.
sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
But they're a real menace.
Good morning. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, I will.
Wait, did you ever play the last one about...
So, what is the correct answer?
Yeah, the last one about how she became independently wealthy.
When I was in China, I worked at TPG. After I achieved financial independence, I came to the United States and opened a jewelry store because of my passion for jewelry.
Oh, Molly, if only you were real.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote.
Didn't write no more.
More on that. We're going to try to get her on the phone
She
tomorrow.
left the gloom
Yes, we are.
hanging
That'd be great.
round my
Really
For
fun.
Thanksgiving.
Yes. All right, here's Nate checking traffic. Nate,
It's busy out there, John. Northbound 405 in Bellevue approaching Southeast 8th. Our collision now blocks just the HOV lane. Had 2 lanes blocked for the longest time. And then up at 520, a collision still blocks the left lane of the off-ramp to 520. Bellevue to Everett, though, taking right around an hour. And really, your backup starts in Factoria and continues all the way into Alderwood. Seattle to Everett, hour 20. It is packed from downtown Seattle through South Everett. Everett to Seattle, hour 10. We're slow in South Everett from 526 down to about 164th in Linwood. And then you're just barely moving from Northgate down to I-90. Our lake bridges look good, though. Westbound 520 eventually jams up, approaching Montlake. Westbound 90, you're crowded across the lake. It's 20 minutes from Bellevue on 520, a half hour on I-90. Southbound 405, you're solid from Northeast 70th in Kirkland all the way down to the VMAC. 55 minutes to clear this. Federal to Tacoma, 25 minutes. You're slow from State Route 18 to State Route 16. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. I'm so excited to have my cousin Amelia with me today. So I saw that you visited the baby chicks.
I got to hold 7 of them. They were so cute.
Do you know why Wilcox chickens are so happy?
Because they get to play outside?
Yes.
Happy chickens are healthy chickens.
From our farm to your table, Wilcox Family Farms eggs. Locally fresh
since 1909.
Holiday shopping got you stressed? The Mariners have you covered. Grab a season ticket membership for the super fan in your life, and they can lock in the best seats and benefits like guaranteed postseason access. Or mix and match with single game tickets for everyone on your list, from opening day on March 26th to must-see matchups against the Yankees, Phillies, and more. This holiday season, make Mariners.com your one-stop shopping destination.
Oh, he makes the catch. What a snag by Julio Rodriguez.
You gave years, maybe decades to your job. You showed up, worked hard, and planned for retirement. But now, the company's changed. Or maybe you've taken a buyout or been forced into early retirement. So, what happens next? I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you've built up a 401k or thrift savings plan, now is the time to ask, is that money really working for you? Many workplace retirement plans offer limited options and even less guidance. At Trajan Wealth, we help people just like like you roll over their accounts into IRAs with more flexibility and personalized investment strategies built around your goals. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a personalized plan. We operate on veteran values, service, trust, and doing what's right. Your next chapter starts now. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-656-3300, 206-656-3300.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Your local volunteer fire department routinely answers the call, whether it be a fire, traffic accident, or a cat stuck in a tree. But because of declines in memberships, departments have become understaffed. Your local volunteer fire department desperately needs you. Can you direct traffic, install a smoke alarm, help at a fundraiser? No matter what skills you have, you can make a difference. You don't have to fight fire to be a volunteer. Will you answer the call? For more information on how you can help, visit the Volunteer Firefighter Alliance at supportvfa.org.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living, and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence, and your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code POWER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code POWER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
From the K4 to the Telluride to the EV9, be ready this winter with amazing pricing and financing. Now is the time to buy at Kia of Everett. Simple, easy, fun.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, KIRO FM, and HD